2.
Welcome, everybody, to the H3 podcast. It's May 24th. What is up, everybody? Thank you for being here. Yes. Today we have a special episode. Ethan Klein presents, where we finally address, Abba and Preach, or Babble and Reach, I think, is what we've settled on as an appropriate. Yeah. I'm willing to eat crow. I'm going to eat crow today on a few things. Ooh. One of them is the peaches and cream. I'm going to eat crow on that big time. But yeah, I know. All right, settle down, Dan. But we have so much to get into. These guys, Abba and Preach, Babble and Reach, they've been talking like a lot. They've been talking about me a lot. Not just me, like some of the crew members too. For example, what did they call Olivia, Zach?
Okay, if you don't know who Olivia is, she's the loser feminist researcher who spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research, okay?
Right. So that, that I got to stand up for my girl. Do you think you're a dumb loser feminist? Or do you say dumb or just loser feminist?
You don't know who Olivia is, she's the loser feminist researcher.
No, you called me dumb. Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
no, you added the dumb.
No, that was you.
Yeah, that was all me. Sorry.
I mean, what they're criticizing me, I messed up.
True.
So in that moment, yeah, I was a
Does
loser.
it make you a feminist, though?
I mean, that's a compliment to me. I'm a feminist.
Right.
So thanks, guys. Love you.
Love you so much.
Thank you for the identifier.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. This is off the rails, but I'm going to keep it level-headed today. You know what I mean? I got my warm water here.
Warm water?
Oh, yeah. Hot water, warm water.
Where does that come from?
That's what maturity leads to. It leads to you're cutting out the beverages, the sody pops, the coffee. I'm settling down on a nice cup of warm water
Why
today.
is it warm? Why not ice water, cold water?
No. Warm. Because I already said it's spicy, it's exciting, it's dynamic. I always drink.
This is the tea.
I always drink cold water.
For white people, spicy is warm water.
Zesty.
Zesty.
But in truth, my throat, I'm having throat pain.
Oh.
So I figured maybe some throat coat. Love me some throat coat.
Coat your throat up.
I can't help but think that sounds sexual. Like obscene. Throat coat.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not. I just go coat my throat.
I'll let you coat my throat anytime.
Thanks,
Nothing
bro.
sexual about it.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, so I got to say, there's so much of them talking about us. There's 15 videos in total of them talking about me and Hasan, 8 about me that I counted. And the topics that they cover are just pretty nuts in general. Here's a list of things they've criticized me for. Imitating Elon Musk.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
I agree with them on that one.
That was over the line. Yeah.
You were the only person to do that, too.
Yeah, they got me on that one. Doxing people for fun, which I'm excited to talk about that one.
We love doxing people, folks.
We have a long, illustrious history, actually. Falsely accusing people of essay. I'm looking forward to talk about that one. Pushing fake narratives for money. Pushing fake narratives against people I disagree with. Ruining the sanctity of debate, actually. They defended Steven Crowder.
That is the biggest offense.
Well, they didn't defend. Let's say
debate is a sacred institution.
I'll say they didn't defend Crowder, but in the Sam Seder event, they said they both look dumb, and Ethan destroyed the sanctity of debate.
No.
I'm paraphrasing. Yeah. Let's see. Being a liberal, racist, being insecure, being slimy. There's a whole lot of silliness here. So to actually address everything they've said about me, I don't know that I could possibly even do all that. But I've done my best to kind of hit on the best things that I could put together here. And this is quite a long one. So bear with us. But I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. I think that we've done a pretty good job of proving. The thing about them, Babble and Reach, is that I feel that their whole shtick is that they're above everything. They don't care about anything. They're not attached. We make fun of everyone and we just say it like it is. But when you look at them holistically, you can. I don't think they're that much different than Fresh and Fit. I mean, they're not as incel-y. They're smarter. But when it comes down to it, I'm going to show you guys blatant transphobia. Okay, chill out, Coconuts in Barbados. Wait your turn.
He's feeling a little upstaged right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. Although, you know, and Coconuts in Barbados and Preach have a lot in common too, I think. They just kind of sit there.
They're just there.
Thank you, Olivia. Feminist loser. You know, and they have blatant misogyny, blatant transphobia, insane hypocrisy, and just generally defending awful people and just generally being awful. They laugh at this claim. Hasan's been talking about them being transphobic for a long time, and they don't really respond to it. They just laugh. If you watch a lot of the videos, you'll notice that they're not actually interested in responding to valid criticism. They just laugh and let that stand for itself. They're like, we laughed.
I feel like that's disrespectful to the institution of debate.
Oh, we're going to have to
Something that
take
we
them up on that.
highly respect here at the History Podcast.
And today we will prove in our thesis that it's them who do not respect the sanctity of debate.
That's right.
That's right, boys. Get those marching. Yeah, so we've got a whole lot here. And from bad to worse, in my opinion. And I do think I will give a trigger warning to people who are sensitive to this. Because I'll tell you, there's definitely transphobia, misogyny, victim blaming. There's a lot of bad stuff in here. You know what I mean? And I feel like I identify with them in the sense that I used to do what they do. So I know exactly where they are in the sense that I used to be this enlightened centrist around the time we started the podcast. I used to appeal to this same kind of men that they're appealing to now. And I can't speak for them, but what it did to me is it kind of started warping me and changing me to cater to them until I came to the point where I realized that I was encouraging and fostering a community of really horrible people. I'm not saying all their fans is horrible. I don't know. But I'm just saying I know the headspace they're in. They're kind of stuck. They can't. A lot of their criticism of me, I feel like, is just straight pandering to the fallen fans. And it works quite well. Their videos, when they use my name, do quite well for them. And so basically, with all that being said, I think let's just get right into it. You know what I mean?
Know what I mean?
So here it is. So, well, let me start this off by just giving a shout out to their last video on us. I had to acknowledge this legend in the comments. Tay Zonde of Chocolate Rain fame.
Yeah.
Had the top comment edited, of course.
Hold on a second.
Oh, we got a frozen monitor. One moment here. Oh, I didn't realize I was enjoying the Fuck Cav mug.
Oh, wow.
Looking forward to meeting him soon. Should I sip this in our mediation?
That'd be good.
Yes.
I'm like, yes, Ryan, go on.
Maybe we could make a to-go mug that says the same thing.
Just a whole line of...
Yeah.
Are we good, Dan? Or okay, cool. Yeah, so our boy Tay Zonde of Chocolate Rain fame is invested. Said, oh boy, this is going to go on and on, popcorn emojis. Let's go. I didn't know you were a drama ham, boy. I'm going to make a chocolate rain up in this bitch.
On and on and on.
I love that. So eat your heart out, Tay Zonde. We love you.
Just turned 41 years young. Tay Zonde.
Wow.
Oh my God, so close.
Now let me no.
Speaking of music legends,
Not close.
did you hear
Close.
the breaking news of
What's
who we
that?
just lost?
Who?
Tina Turner just passed away. Like it was announced like
Yeah.
an hour ago.
Oh no.
So shout out to our girl Tina. You're a legend.
Yeah.
How
I
old was
suggested
she?
we put for Tina in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. For Tina. This episode's for Tina.
Okay. Rest in peace, Tina Turner. Great. I mean, terrible.
Not great.
Terrible. Not
Come
great.
on.
Not great. Here's my quick way to start this off. Okay. Now, as I was saying, they've made a ton of videos about me and Hasan. I have never properly responded to them. And they're just like content vultures, parasites. Like you say any dumb thing and they'll turn it into a whole episode. So I've been putting off getting into it with these guys because I know it's just going to be a whole thing. But for now, It's Babylon Reach season on the H3 podcast. It's open season now.
Roll it.
Ethan Klein, Hasan threatened to go to war with us. Ethan Klein is embarrassing. This was about... Oh, we have another freezing. All right.
It's cold in here, dude.
It's cold?
It's freezing.
Cold up in this.
Sorry. Yeah.
You ever met Tay Zonde?
I have met Tay Zonde.
Oh, really?
I met him at Jack Film's birthday party.
That's random.
He was talking to me about a friend of his who's addicted to kratom. It's a pretty interesting combo, man.
Okay.
I didn't know that people got addicted to kratom, but
yeah,
I guess there's someone out there for everything.
What is that? I'm sorry. Forgive my ignorance.
It's like
a painkiller, right?
It's some weird herbal Far Eastern Indian thing where it's like gives opiate-like effects. And it's legal just because I don't think it's been regulated yet, or at least last time I checked. Maybe it has been now. You can just buy like pounds of it online, but it's really nasty green powder that you drink. It's gross. It is really nasty shit. But okay, so anyway, yeah. So this one, Ethan Klein is embarrassing, was actually about, if you can believe, the Sebastian, the TikTok alpha male. They were defending him. Yes.
What do you think about
he
it?
did crush that debate, so I understand.
Ethan Klein is mad at us because they're insecure and hate me because I'm fat. I don't know what that is about. If you play hot, this is a Hasan one. This is a Hasan one. How is H3 not perma-banned for this? This one I'm very excited to talk about. That's coming up later. Ethan Klein gets devoured by the monster he helped create. I'm assuming this was probably about...
I love the picture they used.
Yeah, this is a popular one. I remember what exactly this was from. We raised a whole bunch of money on charity, so it's actually really a fond memory. And I do love cum.
There's all kinds of issues going on. I'm seeing in the chat, everyone's saying YouTube is crashing for them.
Oh, great. Perfect timing.
Mine did too. YouTube crashed. My YouTube app crashed. The frick?
So wait,
What's going on?
Is this...
Oh, the Matrix. Dude.
It's crumbling.
The Matrix is coming for us.
Is this thing on? Are we good to keep going?
Yeah, you're good.
YouTube is
people
flipped.
are watching. I'm just seeing a lot of people in the chat saying their app crashed.
Yeah, I'm seeing that
sounds
too.
like this is a wider issue going on.
Okay, well, hopefully that gets resolved. People are clamoring for this episode. They crashed the whole damn website. So anyway, I think this was about my Ben Shapiro jokes, and I don't know. This is like the Jordan Peterson take about like, you're the mob you created. Lots of Hasan stuff. H3 goes after Fresh and Fit with fake Me Too claims. This was about the caller we had.
Me Too.
Who described her bad date. And these guys, this was possibly the lowest point for them, in my opinion. I can't wait to talk about this, how they maliciously went after this girl, called her a liar, and sent a hate mob after, literally doxing her, which is ironic. We'll get into that. Looking forward to it. Update proof she's lying. They show her face, and they say her name in the video. And he literally says, I'm saying her name because people need to know it. I was like, okay, dude. Interesting that you care about doxing. And then defending Steven Crowder. So a fair and balanced view on the H3, the H3 problem. Yeah. Let's see here. So, also, I just want to point this out at the top. This is their banner. I just thought this was funny. We talk about taboo subjects, social issues, and culture.
Ooh, taboo.
This is like week one YouTube banner.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about taboo subjects, you guys. Like trans people are actually lame. A lot of people say trans people should exist. We say they shouldn't. Taboo.
6 million is a really big number, don't you
That is a taboo subject, my friend.
Oh,
you don't mention that one.
It's a taboo.
That's a taboo. What? I'm not saying she deserved it, but all I'm asking is, what if?
Just saying.
Just saying. Yeah, okay. So this clip, they always show of Hasan saying transphobia. I guess he did a response to them. And he said transphobia a whole bunch of times in a video talking about transphobia. To me, it doesn't strike me as that interesting, but they love it. Here it is.
Transphobic.
See, it's just grievance. They're like, he was mean to us, so we're gonna we're gonna
great
say
commentary,
this now.
man. You fucking got me. Transphobic.
I mean,
I don't know why. It's even funnier watching him watch himself say transphobic 100 times and just seeing how awkward it is. This is probably the most rewarding edit I've ever done. Watching him react to himself say transphobic a million times is actually one of my greatest editing moments. But anyways,
and I want people to have.
Okay, so that's his cherished moment there. I personally
said the word a lot though, dude. Have you considered that?
This is kind of like spot on for their arguments. They don't explain why it's a problem. They just go, he said transphobic a bunch. So therefore, he's a fucking idiot. Like, there's no unpacking of it. But okay, if saying a word a lot of times is a symptom of something, then I got bad news for you, buddy. We prepared our own little edit in your honor, your guys' honor, about the amount of times you guys have talked about trans people on your channel, which to my count is like 30 plus videos. It's hard to even keep track of them all. But here is Babylon Reach saying transphobia like 160 times.
So I've been banned from an event. Now the organizer told me it was about a video I did about trans people, and knowing our catalog, we've only done 2 videos about trans people.
A few moments later.
The trans person, the trans sports, transgender stuff, the trans women, trans people, trans, you're trans people. Trans. Yeah. Trans people. Trans women. Trans. Trans people. Trans women. Trans men. Trans.
We're not okay with trans men.
Trans people. Trans people who don't. Trans causes. Trans folks don't trans women, trans folks, transgender, trans woman, trans women are women. Trans women are women. Ain't nobody trying to talk about y'all that deeply. You guys just won't shut the fuck up, and you guys are in every news article, always trying to cancel folks. So of course, ain't nobody talking about Native Americans or indigenous folks the same way they're talking about you. No one's talking about the Maui people the same way they're talking about you. The reason why folks talk about y'all is because you guys put yourselves out there all the time and then constantly demanding change from everybody. Transgender, trans.
140. I'm sorry. Genuinely, I just felt bad for Cam at a certain point. It was like Clockwork Orange back there. His eyes were propped open with toothpicks, and I think he was just about to fall into the abyss if he had to keep doing that. But it's safe to say there's a lot more of those that didn't even make the cut. Is that right, Cam?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can look at a word right now on a waveform and identify which one is trans just by the...
That's awesome.
Yeah. He's Neo. Neo sees the world in code.
You're in
Cam just sees the waveforms all around him now.
That's awesome.
And I can only identify trans, but, it's there.
I asked Cam last night when I was putting this together, I was like, hey, does anyone remember this clip here? And Cam's like, I got it. I know exactly where it is. He was plugged in, boy. Yeah, so if saying a word a bunch of times is a symptom of something, then, boy, I don't know what this says about you, buddy. Well, it does say something. You guys are singularly focused and obsessed with talking about trans people. If you just look at their channel, which is what Hasan urged them to do. Where's this one of them? Could you pull up that clip of they cut out in the response to us Hasan going, go to their channel and type trans in the search bar, and you can see how many videos they've made on the topic. It's getting obsessive. It's getting absurd. It's getting parasitic. It's obviously Yeah, it's obviously not a good faith thing. And they cut it out in their response.
I could just show you right now if you want to.
Yeah, pull up their channel. We talk about everything. Social issues. So you just type trans.
But to be fair, it might be fair and balanced, kind of coverage.
Right. Like titles, trans protester loses it.
Protester loses it.
Dave Chappelle jokes are dangerous, says trans idiot. Why isn't your business trans competent? Guess who got beaten up? Trans woman with a criminal record enters a female prison. I don't see a lot of pro-trans pieces here.
There might be one or two buried in here, though. To be fair to them,
it might.
It's such a huge volume that it's hard to navigate all of it.
Yeah. So I mean, they love to say they laugh when Hasan goes they're transphobic. They just laugh. Of course, they don't say anything. That's how they argue. They just laugh, and apparently their fans are supposed to just accept that it's absurd on face. But I mean, let's be real, guys. You have an issue. So here, let's kind of talk about the transphobia thing. I'm going to highlight what I believe is blatant transphobia. I'm going to highlight blatant misogyny. I'm going to talk about the permaban hypocrisy, and then we're going to get into reacting to their videos specifically. So I find it just funny on face that ABBA was banned from an event for being transphobic. Now, that doesn't mean he's transphobic, but I don't know anybody who's been banned from an event for being transphobic. I mean, certainly it doesn't look great.
And from an event. Now, the organizer told me it was about a video I did about trans people, and knowing our catalog, we've only done 2 videos about trans people. One.
A lot has changed, my friend. A lot has changed, hasn't it? Only 2.
Only 2. One about sports.
Oh, yes.
And one about not wanting to date a transgender person.
Yes.
And so there's transgender people in sports. I mean, most feminists agree with what we're saying. So I doubt it was that one. So
they do that a lot too, where they just go, most feminists agree with this. There's lots of trans people that they fucking talk out of their ass nonstop.
I'm going to just assume it was the one where we first started getting flack, which was
the Riley Dennis one.
Yes. So,
but there's a lot of that really agree with what we're saying.
There it is. Sure. Oh yeah, no. There's tons of trans people that agree with us. Tons of feminists that agree with us. Tons of Nazis that agree with you, probably.
Trans.
We're just throwing them out there. I think Hitler actually shared that opinion with you. If he was alive, I'm sure he would.
But I don't want to rely on that argument because it's just like saying.
Then why'd you say it?
I agree with
with Trump. Yeah, absolutely. So we can't rely on that.
Us not wanting to date trans people is not something that we've been shouting out at the top of our lungs our whole life. I've said it once in my life, and that was during that video. And the only reason I said it in that video was because Riley was accusing anybody who wasn't interested of being transphobic.
Okay, so I'm setting this up, but their basically response is, well, nobody likes you anyway, trans people. He says here that
and here's why
transphobia is trans people's fault because they're annoying, I guess.
This is extremely important, and why I think everybody should be listening to what we're saying is that if you haven't heard recently, people between the ages of 18 to 34 are actually now less accepting of LGBTQ people than they were over a year ago, and this dropped by over 8%. So what does that mean? That there's always this mantra that young people are inherently going to be more and more liberal, and that they're going to be more and more this way. But we're actually seeing the opposite thing being true. And so I would tell people part of why I think this is becoming true is that people are seeing some of the tactics that LGBTQ activists are using in order to further their agenda. And
so again, this is like really classic bigotry where it's the trans people's fault why people hate them more. I mean, it's their responsibility to make sure that people are more accepting of them. Is really a I don't know what to say. It's a transphobic take. Trans people don't need to debate with you their validness to exist. You know what I mean? Not all conversations are worth having. You know. Trans people don't need to justify their existence or justify why people shouldn't hate them on face. You know, like these guys do this a lot. I just want to have a conversation. I just want to talk about it. They don't want to have a conversation. Some conversations are not worth having. I'm sorry. Like as a Jew, I don't think I need to have a conversation with a Nazi about why I shouldn't be exterminated. Both sides of that argument are not equal. I know that's
like just running away from another debate, Ethan.
Coward.
Come
debate me. Why do you think you shouldn't be gassed? Coward is just avoiding a conversation. Now, that's an extreme example, obviously, but it's striking at the heart of which they're saying is that trans people are responsible for making sure that people don't hate them, right? It's insane. So that's number one. Really gross. I was banned from an event for being transphobic, and it's because transphobic people are lame. Nobody likes them anyway. Also, Matt Walsh level analysis of what is a woman. This one is kind of just, this is the slam dunk, in my opinion, transphobia.
I don't know what it is. It's just something I noticed where it's like some part of transness also means reinforcing gender stereotypes to the nth degree.
Yeah.
Bruh, do you want to know the truth? You want to know how I really think? And this is something I just came to the realization. This whole like idea of like gender expression and all this other stuff. I don't give a f.
It's whatever you.
I don't. But listen, for me, the whole idea of gender has always been just linked to biology. That's how I've always used it functionally, right? When I take the idea that a woman is a woman, what I'm saying in that moment is like, she generally, on average, is going to be physically smaller than men, not as strong as men, capable of giving birth, ass and titties. Okay, I'm gonna look at those stuff. That's always been the functionality. Oh well, I express like, listen, when I say I f women, what I say like that is I don't f people who express as we are biological females. Understand me? So for me, the idea of womanhood and femaleness have always been interchangeable. All this talk about, well, the outfits I wear and the kind of name, like, I don't give a f about none of that shit when I think about what a woman is. So you ask me, when I think of women's sports, I don't think about gender expression. I just think about their biology. The old use of women my whole life has just been for people who are females. So for me, the two words are pretty much the same thing, to be honest with you.
And by the way, I do want to emphasize how coconuts in Barbados preach is in most of these clips. I'm telling you, you guys have a lot in common. You might not want to be aware. So this is one of the, if I showed this clip and said they're being transphobic, here's their response. They just laugh and be like, ho, 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 walk off the screen, creaky ass fucking floor, and then they would move on. And that's, but let me break it down for you guys, okay? First of all, this is 3 months ago, and this just occurred to them. I find that kind of funny. I mean, y'all have made 30 videos about trans people, and you still don't know the difference between sex and gender. And this is what I see Matt Walsh do and the Daily Wire people do to make trans people seem like freaks, to make them seem like they're psychotic, like they're super unreasonable. I don't know how, it's not that hard to understand the difference between sex and gender. It's just not.
Well, it's...
Go ahead.
Well, when he's going on and on about, like, it doesn't fucking matter to me, the nuance that exists in between, like, gender, like, sure, it doesn't matter to you. You know who it does matter to? The trans people who are trying to understand how to be themselves publicly, when there are people like you who keep telling the world to shut down those conversations just because you don't give a fuck about them.
You'll see that a lot throughout this, is that a lot of there's like, nobody cares about this. And what they mean is, I don't care about it.
Yeah, so just...
Yeah, so again, it's like, it's just the lowest level of transphobic pandering. Sex and gender are two different things. Are you guys listening? I'll explain it. Sex is your biological gender assigned at birth. There's female and male, and in some rare cases, intersex. Okay? Are we good with that? We understand that now, you guys? I mean, this is pretty simple stuff. Okay? All right, now let's go on to the other part, which I think you're having a lot of trouble with. Gender. Gender is how people express themselves. As a social construct and on a spectrum, people identify with different genders based on how they feel and how they want to express themselves. Do you see that they're two different things? Because to me, it's just not that complicated. But yet somehow everyone who wants to talk about trans people, who's conservative, who wants to push transphobia and just harvest the like absolute lowest hanging fruit, they cannot accept this basic fact. It's so simple. People express their gender in all different kinds of ways. And their sex might be female. They were born a woman. their gender, they might express as a man. Does that make sense to you? It's really basic. I don't know how to break this down in any simpler terms for them. So that's I don't know. I really don't know how to break that down for you anymore. It's just like intentionally obtuse. We all know what a woman is. A woman is a woman. A woman is a woman with titties and ass. Love me a woman.
Except for the women that don't have titties, but they're still women.
Okay, so women,
but they're not.
Okay, so then, so when does a woman stop becoming a woman? So they say, a woman's a woman. Everybody knows what a woman is. So you say, what if she had a
mastectomy?
Mastectomy. Okay, well, she still has a vagina and a uterus. Well, what if
he didn't say that?
What?
He said titties and ass.
He said titties and ass. Well, ass is kind of, I mean, men have ass, so I'm not really sure what to do with that one.
I don't.
So if we remove the titties, that's it. I'm just stumped. Guys both have ass. I don't know. Or guys and women both have ass. I don't know what to do with this at this point. But yeah. So this is like exactly what you'll see is just, what is a woman? A woman is a woman. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to say about that. This is 3 months ago, too. It's pretty wild. You see all kinds of comments, too. Can we fix the squeaking,
We got to
please?
fix the squeak in the floor, my guys.
If you look at the comments, too, it's just a cesspool of transphobia. This is not about trans people. It's about people abusing the loophole. They're talking about, apparently, there's a pandemic of men lying about being trans to get into prison and just have sex with all the women prisoners.
Pandemic.
It's just it's all over the place.
Lots of examples of that, right?
I mean, maybe 1, 2, I don't know, but there's a lot of prisoners in America. The lack of trans men trying to get into a man's prison is pretty telling of what's actually going on there. And again, this is something that happens too. They just make things with assumptions. I guarantee you there are trans men trying to get into a men's prison. I guarantee it. Absolutely guarantee it. But this implies that it's like it's just a big game to trans people. They don't actually identify as a man. But when it comes, to something serious like prison, then they'll be a woman. But anything else, then they'll be a man. But that's actually not how it is. That's not how it is at all. There it is. So let's move it on to blatant misogyny now. You guys are going to like this one. Here he is, a whole mega compilation of them laughing at feminists for nothing? Let's see.
You call yourself a feminist?
I would. Yes, an intersectional feminist.
What a bitch.
I've already identified which broad I'm going to hate the most.
Are you feminist? Yeah, the best kind.
Find a match today.
So there it is. It's like, what did she say? She just said she's intersectional, which means that they consider different types of feminism by identity, I guess. Just more nuanced, I suppose. I'm not super familiar with feminist research and scholastics.
Well, like you said, it's the best kind.
It is the best kind, which is what it seemed to indicate.
The loser feminist researcher who spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research, okay?
So let's continue. So that was apparently funny. And again, that's just their criticism of anyone.
You call yourself a feminist?
I would. Yes, an intersectional feminist.
Oh, we got her, boys. She's dumb as fuck, boy.
Bitch.
She is dumb.
I've already identified which broad I'm going to hate the most.
Hell yeah.
Are you feminist? Yeah, the best kind.
Find a match today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what is so funny to them that she said, yeah?
Just the way she said it.
She just said, yeah. And they're like, man, women are fucking stupid, dude.
Look at this next part.
Women
They're
are
like
just
this
so
berserk
annoying, aren't they?
blow up
Did
doll.
you hear the way she said yeah? This is basically her, just a blow up fuck doll.
What is happening?
This is how I view women. Either you're a blow up fuck doll or you're a feminist. Choose your lane, bitch.
I was not ready. Lean back.
Are you hoping to find a match today?
Yeah.
Why? Why are you doing this? Jubilee, you're doing this on purpose. Are you guys a men's rights channel? Are you guys low-key just finding the most detestable ladies to do this?
So his theory is because she said yeah in a way that he thought was annoying, is actually a in disguise men's rights channel because she's so hateable, obviously. By the way, she's showing enthusiasm. She's there to make a match. You know what I mean? She wasn't like, no, I don't like, men are just the worst and it's so hard to match with them. Look at you guys. Y'all are fucking, like, so mask off here.
Detestable ladies to do.
What is detestable about saying yeah in an enthused way? Like, what?
This?
Yeah, dude.
A spatula? I don't know, like, what about you? And be like, I want to be a little spoon.
Dude.
Is that the floor?
Yeah, no, that's...
Jesus.
Yeah, no, their floor is creaky.
It's so loud. What's going on?
It's hollow under there. There's bodies or something. Can you, Zach, cut the creaking? I mean, this is a serious production here. You know what I mean? What could cause a floorboard that creaky? And it's been like that for years, apparently, and they've refused to fix it.
Cheap flooring.
Just not even just an old house.
Just an old house?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
our house in Michigan.
That creaky?
Oh, it's our house was built in like 1920, so.
Okay. So I guess they're salt of the earth then. We love the creaky floorboards. We love them, folks. Although a couple of real men like you, I think, would have resolved that issue by now. Yeah. Please.
Sorry. Remember what I told you, motherfuckers, about how women suck at lines and like making the first move? Like they're terrible. But it's okay. She at least did something. But holy shit, when I was on these dating apps and women make the first
Abba and Creek potentially.
Abba and Creek. Not bad.
That's pretty good.
The Creek talks more than preach, so.
That's true.
Yeah, maybe they should rename it.
That's true. In fact, I don't know what you're paying Preach, but you could just sub him out. Just put a blow up fuck doll that looks like him and let the Creek do the talking. You know, it's as you know, as good of an input as he has.
I'm telling you, it was garbage.
Garbaggio.
Yeah.
Jokes that are harmful jokes are not healthy because they just lead to people normalizing things. People always say, oh, it's just a joke. But when someone else hears it, they don't realize how that resonates. And again, how that turns into violence.
I always have to repeat this. Feminists. You guys can't cherry pick when you guys like science and when you don't. If you believe in science on climate change, you have to believe the conclusive science on this one fact. Okay? Jokes do not lead to violence. The science is conclusive on the fact that video games does not lead to violence.
I really liked Preach's input on this one, though. It was really insightful. Wow. Coconuts in Barbados, what would you have to say to back up our boy Babel here? Just a creek? All right, he gets the job.
He's in.
Actually, not to interrupt, this is one of my favorite takes of theirs, so let me go back. You guys can enjoy it.
People normalizing things. People always say, oh, it's just a joke. But when someone else hears it, they don't realize how that resonates. And again, how that turns into violence.
I always have to repeat this. Feminists.
Dear all
you guys
feminists.
Can't cherry pick.
All feminists.
You always have to
and that
repeat
includes you, Olivia. Listen up.
Loser.
Loser.
Here we go. You
Listen up, feminist loser. This is for you.
You idiot.
Yeah, she's the loser feminist researcher.
All right, I'm ready for it.
Just listen hard, because I know you don't think so good.
Your little woman brain.
Get
Yeah, I
your
don't
fucking
think so
get
good.
it jump started, dummy.
It's got to be so
All
quiet
right,
before I hear
get
it.
ready.
When you guys like science and when you don't. If you believe in science on climate change, you have to believe the conclusive science on this one fact. Okay? Jokes do not lead to violence. Science is conclusive on the fact that.
Oh, that was so good. Wait, I'm sorry. I know we're derailing, but that was so good. Hold on. Let me.
Wow.
Wait, hold on.
Wow, man.
Hold on.
To violence. Science is conclusive on the fact that video games does not lead to violence. It does not lead to normalization. You guys have to
Did I
stop
miss it?
making this correlation because the science is against you. You can't say science is right on one point and then you dismiss the science on a point that's convenient for you. You know who I did?
So, this is incredible. He says, if you believe in climate change, then you must believe that all jokes about anything all the time are okay, or you're anti-science. The fuck? Did you were you even coherent?
Conclusive on this, and I found that really interesting. So I started googling around for the studies that prove that jokes do not have any impact in increasing violence or misogyny.
It's proven by science.
It's proven by science conclusively.
Conclusively, this
Science
is peer
said so.
reviewed.
They saw it. They saw the science.
There must be something wrong with Google because I couldn't find any studies that said that. It's really
Avid
weird.
Breach is just more smart.
Just on face, if you're a thinking person, you know that you can't, like, it'd be possible to run a fucking well-researched experiment about jokes leading to violence. It's so broad. And by the way, it's just not true, right? And I'm a comedian saying that. Extremists, it's a well-known tactic where they mask really extremist things as jokes to probe the limit of what they can get away with saying. Oh, I was just kidding. Let's kill all the Jews. Just kidding. You know what I mean? Blackface, I mean, that some people would say blackface is just a joke. Right? Wow, man. I mean, it's just a joke.
Jokes are cool.
What about, like, hey, you know what'd be really funny? If I went up into the local middle school and just got weird and wild over there with, First, Second Amendment stuff. I don't know. I'm just saying, like you can't say scientifically jokes don't lead to violence. I mean, that's so stupid. And then he says, just like video games don't lead to violence. And
I mean, there have been studies on that, and that is true, but that isn't really relevant.
Well, it's not at all relevant. Does he think that jokes is the same thing as video games? Because I'd be concerned about his mental capacity.
I'm not sure what that aside was supposed to.
Jokes are video games. I don't get it. It's really insanely. And this isn't the first time he does. This isn't the only time he does this where he goes, science proves this thing that has absolutely no basis or backing. And actually on face is silly, if you just use a little bit of logic. So, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Hey, dude, I got this really funny joke. Did you hear the one about the, see, I can't even do, there's so many horrible racist jokes. I mean, there's so many. Thank you. Yeah. Chris Rock's joke led to violence. What about that? I mean, in a sense, that man told a joke. He got slapped in the face. I think that disproves your theory. You know what I mean? And it wasn't really even an offensive joke, really, that bad, I didn't think. So, what do you guys think about that? Babylon Creek. Yeah, Reach might be too generous. He literally hasn't said a single fucking word so far in all this shit. He just goes, wow. Wow, man.
I mean, he talk. We watched a bunch of videos. He talks plenty. It's just Abba usually has the spicier take. It seems like so.
He just goes, "Wow, man." Yeah, I mean, listen. Jokes can serve to dehumanize groups of people. That's probably a better known phenomenon. If you look at instances of, go take a look at some of the jokes about Jews in Nazi Germany, or jokes about African Americans during Jim Crow or slavery. They serve extremists as a method to dehumanize people that allows violence against them. It's stupid. Why would you even say that? It's so dumb, bro. Yeah, but go ahead and cite me the study that says jokes are cool, bro, no matter what they are about anything, all the time, no matter what. Chris Rock, your thoughts? Just a creek? Okay, that's all Chris Rock has to say about that. You want to say? You can go ahead and say that.
No, I was going to say an example in my own family. My brother was bullied, badly for being Arab after 9/11, and my brother is white passing. He doesn't even look Arab, and he was like really significantly bullied a lot in elementary school and middle school.
Did he consider that they were just jokes and jokes have no impact on anything ever?
No, he had to go to a therapist.
Well, what an idiot loser!
Why did he waste his money on
loser.
that? He could have watched their video.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was bullied because I had
And I
red
mean,
hair.
there were lots of hate crimes against Muslim Americans during that time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Even today there still is. There was a guy wearing a Trump hat who punched a Muslim lady in the head at the hospital in our hometown. For no reason.
I wonder what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the same thing with Stop Asian Hate.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, people were like blaming the flu on Chinese people, and there was lots of Kung flu. That's a joke, right? Kung flu. So
Some would say so.
I mean, huge surge in violence, hate crimes against, They make a lot of joke about trans people actually on their program, and there's a huge surge in hate crimes and violence against trans people. I'm just saying come on, dude, shut the fuck up. Stop it. You're being silly.
You can't say science is right on one point and then you dismiss the science on a point that's convenient.
Bro, if you believe in climate change, what the fuck? If you believe in climate change, you stupid feminist, then you for sure believe that all jokes are okay no matter what.
You know who I didn't hear from this entire time in Ukraine and this whole conflict?
Who?
Feminists.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. When all them.
Were you polling?
He was on the lookout.
Were you looking? You know who didn't approach me and complain about Ukrainian women? Loser feminists.
He's on the forums.
This take is really
on the Reddit
bad.
forums.
Yeah,
Now,
he monitors them.
I was working with someone who I just started working with who's a Ukrainian refugee, and she sent me this clip because it pissed her off so much. So this one is really good.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. When all them women were getting on them trains with them old niggas, right? And the men had to stay behind because you were between the ages of 18 to 65.
Crickets.
I hear a single feminist say,
Crickets.
We want to be in equal footing with the men staying at the front line.
Crickets.
I didn't hear a single one.
Crickets.
Were you listening? I just can't get over the fact that they always make this assumption that they know everything about everything just because they say so. Yeah, no, we polled everyone and we were listening and we didn't hear any feminists saying anything about anything.
You never notice? It's always about equal rights, equal representation. Well, bitch, get on the front lines and grab a rifle. I got a train ticket to catch.
I gotta cook dinner.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, this is a funny joke, right? About Ukrainian women not basically fleeing the country. And, of course, they're wrong, as they are about most things. They just speak out their ass. I mean, Ukrainian women are playing a huge and vital role in the Ukrainian military.
60,000 women
both
in the
fight
Ukrainian military.
both in roles of fighting, okay, who you're quick to just fucking like, bitch, get on the train. I mean, these women are fighting for their freedom, for their lives, and well, the women just aren't doing enough because feminism. Now, the women are actually doing invaluable roles in the Ukrainian army and the army effort. So, what's the deal here, dude? I don't understand the point of the joke. Is this a Ukrainian army military member, female? Is that what I'm seeing there? That can't be right. Because I heard the feminists. I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything.
No, they're on the trains.
Okay,
I was on the lookout.
Yeah, I didn't hear. I was listening.
Yeah, I was listening for them.
I guess they were busy fighting for their fucking freedom. They're actually busy, dude. You fucking losers. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You're going to tell me you're not misogynistic? You're a fucking loser, bro. Thinly veiled red pills is all you are. You know, you guys are like just literally fresh and fit minus the incel. You're like fresh and fit plus. You know what I mean? Come on, dude. Stop. Diet fresh and fit. You guys are wish store fresh and fit.
Fresh in a bit?
Fresh in a bit.
Fresh in a bit?
Yeah. So again, a woman who I work with, who's a Ukrainian refugee, saw this and was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I have women, tons of friends, first of all, and everyone I know, first of all, is suffering, dying, bleeding, fighting in this war. And lots of women, too, who they're quick to just be like, "Nah, get on the train, bitch, feminist. Loser feminist, idiot."
Be in the kitchen. Hey, baby, you got my apron? I got a train to catch. Come on now. you go.
They're just jokes, though. So as they mentioned, jokes are cool in any context, all the time, no matter what. Oh, what's interesting though is that there is a lot of like Russian and conservative propaganda against Ukrainian people, and I don't think this is very far adjacent from it.
Go to war. I'll just stay here with the kids.
Yeah.
Guys.
Listen. I heard they got a home in Poland that needs some cleaning. I'm out this bitch.
Yeah. They're just making up scenarios. It's pretty incredible. Like, you guys don't know fucking anything about Ukraine. Oh, shit. What'd I do?
What'd you do? Stay behind because you were between the ages of 18 to 65.
Crickets.
You're a single feminist. You never notice? It's always about equal rights, equal representation.
No. you go to war. I'll just stay here with the kids.
Yeah.
Guys.
Listen. I heard they got a home in Poland that needs some cleaning. I'm out this bitch.
Oh, it's over. Yeah. I gotta go clean a house. Bye, guys. Feminism.
Yeah, because fleeing to safety isn't difficult.
It's actually it's a woman thing.
Yeah, no, it's an easy thing that just
Julie said, "I'm Polish. We have a huge amount of Ukrainian refugees. Most of the women who flee have children, and they want to protect them. Often they leave the children here with the family and go back and fight." Nah, that sounds like propaganda bullshit to me. So you're telling me the women, feminist losers, flee, that people like Olivia, they flee, they go to Ukraine, leave the kids in safety, okay? Cowards, losers, idiots, feminists.
And then they're just on Reddit the whole time.
And then they go on Reddit and complain.
He's a loser feminist researcher
And
who spends all their day on
and then
Reddit
they
boards.
go back to Ukraine to help with the war efforts. What would you guys prefer if the kids just stayed there and got bombed? Real feminists who believe in real equality, leave their kids there to get bombed while they fight on the front line. Okay, guys. Interesting theory. I love that. I find it so funny that they call you a feminist, though. And I know that's not an insult, but they use it as an insult. They use it as an insult.
Yeah.
So what about you makes you like a feminist? That you're a young girl that doesn't suffer fools?
I think
that makes you a feminist.
Yeah, that like a lot of people like to weaponize me being on this show as you just wanting a woman here, and like I'm just filling a role, and like it just so happens that I'm here and I didn't do it right, and that's what like the argument is being made. And I think that them just calling me a feminist is being like, "Oh, bitch, like the feminist hire." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It's just, I think it really says a lot about their worldview.
Oh, yeah.
For them to just write you off as a feminist. Like, you don't sit here and talk about women's rights all day.
No.
Or about men's rights. In fact, I don't think I've ever heard you do that. So you're just basically like a typical, are you a Zoomer?
Yeah.
You're a typical woman Zoomer. And so they see that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so
as
sorry.
You're the enemy, bro.
Yeah.
You're the enemy, man.
Everything I represent. Sorry, guys.
Loser.
Loser Reddit researcher.
So at this point, you guys really, I'm sorry, but you guys are misogynists. I'm sorry. There's just no way to deny it. I mean, you guys just have a problem with women, or at least you're pandering to your audience that do. You know, taboo subjects. They telling it like it is, brother.
So true.
You don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it, but I need to be told. I need to be told.
You do need to be told. And it's a tab. Okay. What's that creaking, please? Can you?
You know what topic has just gone way too long without being addressed? Women being annoying.
That's taboo.
Yeah.
It's a taboo subject.
And let's talk about it.
They're breaking the glass ceiling here.
Have we ever discussed this this phenomenon of women be shopping?
Yo, wait.
They do be.
Like, for real, I
It's
do be
so
doing
true.
that. Yeah.
All right, now this part, we're going to move on to this permaban hypocrisy, which I love. They actually were advocating for yours truly to be permanently banned from YouTube. What? For what? For what? Well, let's see.
Here's what's crazy.
Hit me with that. That creaky shit, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. Was that Preach talking, or was that the floorboard? I can't tell anymore.
You remember when he had his 1 week ban?
Yeah.
Ethan Clash should be perma-banned.
Why?
The man doxed someone on a live.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I saw that.
God, I'd like to know who this guy is, man.
I know who he is.
Does he have an online persona?
No. He's a producer.
Okay, if you don't know who Olivia is, she's the loser feminist researcher who spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research.
That was a lot about you.
Dunked.
He knows a lot about my girl.
Yeah.
Loser feminist.
Girl, give me a better selfie if you're going to put one in also.
You look good.
I
Don't worry.
hate that one. People on Reddit like to use that one.
Why?
That is such a flex if that's your worst photo.
That is so kind of you to say.
Definitely.
I've got that like goofy. I can't even look at her.
Okay, so the way she found this dude's name, who they incorrectly doxed, is she went on a Reddit post and looked at the comments and then found his name and think that was reliable information. Keep in mind, this is one of the largest podcasts on YouTube.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
How they run their...
Amen, brother. Someone called me on Twitter today a twink. That got me going. That I'm still riding that high.
Still got it.
Still riding that high.
The #1 podcast in the world.
Uncle Howie, baby.
Yeah, so
research department. But let's carry on.
Music
Okay, I'll just let it play.
producer and
Really?
songwriter. Yeah,
God, I hope that man's life is ruined for this.
I hope so too.
Oh, someone says, "Why are you protecting the abuser's identity?" I don't give a fuck. I don't give me his. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I want this guy's life ruined. Are you kidding me? Okay,
Yeah.
first of all, they mute the name. That is his name.
Yes.
First of all, they also have a tendency of like building up this whole like mythology of something small I did, and then every episode they talk about it, it gets worse and worse and worse. This is one of the things.
So what happened is I really fucked up, and I feel horrible ever that you have to answer for this mistake that I made. The name was correct. I said the wrong occupation, which was horrible and shouldn't have happened, and we quickly corrected it, and I apologized, and I will forever be making up for it. Hate that mistake. I cringe every day about it.
Loser feminist.
I'm a loser feminist.
I wish you could see Olivia when we were playing that clip right now. She was going like this.
Okay, but listen.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes. But do we actually know what doxing is? Like, that's a pretty serious... what the fuck? Do you know what... Like, we said the name, which was his name, and his occupation. We never showed his Instagram page.
Just we said what business he was in, and it was wrong. Me.
We never showed his Instagram page.
No.
Okay? Or his face. Did we show his face or anything like that? No, we didn't show anything.
You say the handle? Instagram handle? Was
I don't remember, but I don't think
you
so.
did. I think it was.
I don't think so.
You described him.
Described the wrong person, and then
Yeah.
people may have gone and found
Right.
the wrong person.
So, but the interesting part is, besides not showing his Instagram or his picture or anything, we immediately corrected the record, and we even talked to the guy during the same episode, cleared it all up,
Turns
no harm, no
out
foul.
He went to high school with my sister.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. He's very nice.
And then I think he even said something like, "Thanks for all the love, H3," and it was like,
Yeah.
I was
He
all
had
good.
posted on his story.
So, like, as far as doxing goes, I'm having a hard time getting.
What you
the
did to
doxing
yourself
stuff.
the other week was that was doxing.
When I showed my
When
personal
you showed
phone
your
number.
phone number 4 times in a row or whatever it was.
But like, so that's a permanent ban? I mean, just for saying the right name but the wrong occupation? And it wasn't good. We all acknowledge that, but I feel like we did good in doing the right thing immediately and recovering.
Yeah. The only person you've doxed is yourself.
And that's the way it should be, baby. All day, every day.
Maybe 3 times.
Maybe 3.
Shout out to members who get my personal phone number. I'll be dropping my new phone number next Tuesday. Okay, so listen, if I should be permanently banned for that, then I got an issue with them. Oh, they actually have this to say too, which is pretty fun. Here, I'll just play this.
It's not unexpected because it's what I expect from the H3 band. The same people who falsely accuse other people or dox people for fun. Like, this is what the kind of stuff that they do.
Wrong people.
Like, he's talking about, these guys are such cowards. Like, bro, you are doxing people. You should be banned off this platform. Did you forget that? You just doxed a random person online for no reason. Then you sat there afterwards and brought this false accuser against Fresh and Fit just because you hate them. Like, how you gonna call me a scum and a coward? Some motherfucker.
As you see, as he continues to talk about it, it's this mythology of, oh, you dox someone for no reason.
For fun.
What?
For fun.
For fun. For fun. It was fun. You loved it. You do it because it's just part of your persona. Ethan Klein, he's just doxing people. Okay. So now let's talk about you guys now that we've addressed that, because I think we're going to have a problem here. Now, I'm going to talk about this more later, but some of you may remember there was a 19-year-old girl who reached out to us and said she had a terrible date with Myron of Fresh and Fit. We vetted her heavily just to confirm that this date did happen and that she was at his house and all this stuff. We confirmed that, so we knew she wasn't just making shit up. And when she called in, she basically just described their bad date. And at one point, she said that he lifted up her top to see her breasts. And then he made some negative comment about her breasts. And I didn't know that, but at the moment, I was like, oh, that sounds like possibly assault. That was the only time I brought it up in the interview. And so, we're going to get into the specifics of that. But they went on this whole crusade, not just against me, but specifically about the 19-year-old girl who they called a liar, like disgusting. I mean, they said they were really going on about this girl. Okay, here's what they said about this 19-year-old girl.
And even if
who called in to describe her bad date with Myron. You tell me where's the malice. Okay, go ahead.
And that's the thing. You could have just said that. You could have just said that.
Who talks like that?
And even if he said that. He said that. He made a comment about your boobies. Was it worth all the lie? All of that? Now you just look stupid, Danielle.
Yeah.
I'm saying your name because motherfuckers have to know your name. The same way you try to frame a motherfucker like that, people need to know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Just so they know that you're a piece of shit. You want to frame them as a piece of shit, but the biggest piece of shit in this story is you.
Yep.
It's you.
Yep.
It's you, my girl.
You and Ethan Klein, who didn't even say anything to the story and kept these like, what?
You a big ass loser. That's you. You want to frame us as a big loser? It's all you. All.
Okay, so thank you for the contribution, by the way, from Preach on that one, who says, let her picture, by the way, is in this thumbnail. I don't need to show it because there's no reason to even make her further subject. But her face is prominently detailed in the thumbnail. And he's literally saying, people need to know your name. What the fuck? Now, this is malicious doxing. You showed her face and her name, which wasn't public. That's doxing. You making private information public with a malicious intent. Now, tell me which is worse. Now, wait till I get into the actual facts of this, the basis of this just onslaught of horrible things they're saying about her. It's a whole bunch of silly fucking nonsense because at the end of the day, Myron admits to the worst part.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
And we'll get into all that later, but you tell me what the fuck is worse, bro? I mean, what? That's actually nauseating, what he did here. It's dangerous, and it's fucked up. Sending a straight-up army of angry, feminist-hating men to go harass her. I should be kicked off YouTube for doxing. Go ahead, AB.
No, nothing. No, I was agreeing with you.
Oh, thank you for agreeing. So you know what I mean? That shit's fucking nasty, nasty behavior. And by the way, they're talking about Myron, a 35-year-old man, trying to fuck a 19-year-old.
Who they don't like and make fun of all the time. But when an accuser comes along, solidarity.
Solidarity, my brothers.
Dudes rock.
I hate them, but you know what I hate worse? Feminists. We can lock arms in that. Dab me up.
Very interesting, isn't it?
So people are saying, why are they immediately assuming she's lying? Well, I'll go over that. The reasons are absurd. Like, absurd. And you know what? My only regret, honestly, and this is not defending her sooner, because the way that they fucking went after her for that call was unforgivable. I mean, just fucked. She didn't deserve any of that, man. Ugh. So there it is. Here's Fresh and Fit, who I get them mixed up. They really are so similar. Here is the anti-doxing crusaders, Babble and Reach. One more time for the people in back.
The same way you try to frame a motherfucker, all the lie, all of that, now you just look stupid, Danielle.
Yeah.
He's also implying here that she did it. She's lying specifically because he made fun of her boobies.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's pretty interesting.
It's also, I mean, you did suggest as a question during when you were speaking to her, like, that sounds kind of like assault is what you said.
Yeah.
And she immediately said no. And so when he's talking about frame them, there was no framing. There wasn't really even a crime alleged. It was just he's an embarrassing loser was kind of like the thrust of the call.
And who's framing when they're titling their video fake Me Too allegations when there was no allegation?
It wasn't a Me Too allegation. It was I went on a pseudo date with this fucking weirdo and it was a horrible experience. And I
also, like, this guy who's like obsessed with being an alpha has no game at all. Like, no game.
Right.
That to me is funny and interesting.
That's the real irony, and the reason we found it interesting is he's giving dating advice, but he's
zero game.
Zero game. Negative charisma.
And so, anyway, we'll get more into that later. We'll talk about that whole saga. But here they are saying she lied because he made fun of her boobies, which, of course, you know, feminists do. They just lie about SA for revenge, you know, like women do.
Boobies. Was it? He said that. He made.
You look at you crazy now.
Just gymnastics, bro. And that's the thing. You could have just said that. You could have just said that.
Who talks like that?
And even if he said that, he made a comment about your boobies. Was it worth all the lie?
I mean, right? He's implying. He said that, and then you lied. Was it worth it? Okay. We'll get more into that later, but y'all are killing it. Y'all are just killing it. Love to see it. People need to know her name. So nasty. You should pull that. You know. And by the way, just to compare, Amaranth's husband, or ex-husband, I don't know what the status is, was I don't know physically, but like the abuse that she was undergoing, the control was insane, and it was taking place live. So, yeah, that guy is a fucking giant piece of shit.
Well, that's where the problem is. You were worked up because you were defending a woman in the moment, where they're defending a man. So, L.
And that guy is
L.
Listen, that guy is guilty as shit. Okay, fuck him. Like, it's on video. Now we got the name.
And again, we're not defending the mistake. Olivia and Ethan both acknowledged that was bad, and
then and now,
in the moment, reached out to the person that was mistakenly identified, apologized. I suspect nothing like that has occurred on their end with this girl.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're leading with malice.
Right.
Their intent is malice. One more time. I didn't play it.
And
just so you guys get
that,
the impact of this. How fucked this is.
He made a comment about your boobies. Was it worth all the lie? All of that? Now you just look stupid, Danielle.
Yeah.
I'm saying your name because motherfuckers have to know your name. The same way you try to frame a motherfucker like that, people need to know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Just so they know that you're a piece of shit. You want to frame them as a piece of shit, but the biggest piece of shit in this story is you.
Yep.
And her face zoomed in, prominently featured on the thumbnail. Awesome. Really cool, guys. So we'll get into that, but good job sending a mob of angry men to harass a 19-year-old. You know, listen, if you think 19-year-olds act wild and are immature, then as a 35-year-old, maybe don't date them. My advice. All right, so now we're going to get into this section called Defending Awful People, where I think this shows basically their bad faith attempts when talking about me. When that in any situation, even situations where I'm like indisputably correct, that somehow they manage to take the side of the person opposing me, no matter how obscene it is, right? Only because they think, they know that, you know, pro-H or anti-H3H3 hate videos get the fallen fan click. People love H3 hate videos. Yeah, they love it. So, you know, kill it, brother. But don't fucking, but you're not being honest. Here they are defending my boys. My boys are defending, yes, Steven Crowder. Well, again, not defending, but they're saying that we look equally stupid somehow.
People were asking my
Check this
thoughts.
out.
No, that doesn't work either.
It doesn't work either. It's giving me critical. Hit me with that critical. I love that one.
I see a lot of people don't like Ethan, and that's totally fine. You don't have to like everyone or anything.
It's worse than that, but yeah, Charlie wasn't as bad. Charlie's not that bad. We love Charlie, don't we, folks? Here it is.
Some whole thing, and so I went to go watch, and I couldn't stop laughing. And I'll be honest with you, I think they both look stupid. So here's why I think they both look stupid. First off, on Ethan's part, if you're going to accept a debate with somebody, you can't switch yourself out for somebody else.
Steven,
It's against the rules. It's against the rules. Mods.
Yeah.
Mods. Mods. He broke the rules.
It's so funny to me that, again, it's like the sanctity of debate argument. But you'll see he contradicts himself later. It's so stupid.
The Spartans are like practice man love with children.
Oh, geez. By the way, I do think that's still a well-made point. The man has a Spartan fucking thing on his desk, and he's like, you know, if you're worried about man love, let's start there, brother. But okay, that's neither here nor there.
Okay, so this is what's going to happen. What did I tell you? He was going to do anything he could to avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Cedar.
On.
What a
This
fucking...
is internet history, my friend.
I knew in the moment. When I was sitting there, I'm like, this is fucking history.
You're trying to say this isn't funny? Come on.
This is me looking like an idiot, apparently, in their eyes.
Well, slimy. For, again, the sanctity.
I guess slimy, okay. Yeah.
There's
Against
well-established rules for debate.
Against the courageous, ever moral,
racist.
Steven Crowder shall never be slighted.
Fucking watch it.
No, I know. I'm being careful, Steven.
Nightmare. I had no idea this was going to happen.
If I come and have a conversation
That man literally was caught on video abusing his wife and having a meltdown 4 days later. We ruined his life, bro. That's a dub.
Sam Cedar called it. And his response, he said, this is where your life starts to fall apart.
He was right.
He was totally fucking right.
That's crazy.
It all bore out.
He said, look me in my eyes, Steven. It all falls apart here.
Dude, how did he know? Now I see why all the conservatives are so scared of Sam. He's the Kingslayer. He really is.
Velveteen rabbit eyes.
Those velveteen rabbit eyes.
Still trying to decode that one.
You and then someone else comes in, I'm gonna feel some type of way off the top.
Yeah, that
Because
was
I'm
the
like,
point,
well, who's
dumbass. That was the whole fucking point. Because Crowder's a detestable human being.
We don't respect him. It
I
was
don't
not supposed
exactly
to be a debate.
I literally
yes,
don't
we tricked
respect him.
Yeah.
And the whole premise of him challenging me to a debate was silly. Because I'm not a political commentator. People know that. I'm a comedian. I don't know I don't know nothing about nobody. And so the whole premise of him wanting to debate me was what, as he said, it's just going to be an easy layup. So, the man, he fell to his own hubris, to his own arrogance. He got on a call with me. I don't respect him. And of course I did a ruse. Fuck him. And fuck you guys too. actually.
You got tricked.
Yeah, like why would you
Yeah,
do
we tricked
something, as Crowder put it, based off a lie?
Bro, you've never done a goof? What about I thought jokes were harmless. This is just a joke. Just a joke, bro.
That's an interesting point.
It's just a fucking joke.
Scientifically, it's been studied that violating the rules of debate actually leads to real-world violence. So you can maybe check yourself.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Actually, but violating the rules of the sanctity of debate actually leads to people liking trans people less. So.
Trans.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Fair.
Which, in Crowder's defense, I do think that was a slimy move. Like, and I think Ethan, when they were kind of having the conversation, I was watching, I was like, do you guys not recognize
how slimy that looks?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yes, it was the intention the whole time.
We love the
I was
slime,
scheming.
folks.
I was scheming. I was scheming for weeks. You know what I mean? We even had Sam record a fake episode to go live to trick Crowder. We were scheming and scheming. The slime was oozing out of my pores.
I'm covered in slime. I love it. I love it.
Don't you think, Ethan, it was just a little bit inconsiderate of you? Yeah, I mean, please, spare poor Crowder. We shouldn't embarrass. We don't lie. We do not tell lies to Steven Crowder. How dare you? Okay.
Why does it lie?
Why does it lie?
Like how smarmy you were being the whole time. I'm like, listen, you need some people around you to tell you you're being a little bit ridiculous in that moment.
Well, he's attacking you guys now, boy. Mm-hmm.
What other show does the crew have a button to silence the host?
Yeah. Oh, I tell Ethan he's being ridiculous pretty much on a daily basis here on this show.
Yeah.
But that's okay. They don't watch every episode. Don't expect them to know that.
You needed a room full of people to tell you not to be a meanie to Crowder, because Crowder deserves respect.
Yeah.
He deserves to have a clean, sanctimonious debate. Sanctimonious?
Yeah. And I've seen the science on that.
The science backs that up.
Yeah, the science backs up that Crowder needs that. He needs a debate that follows the sanctity of regular
It's
debates.
just, I love that it's really an effort here to highlight. They really are good at this air, this smugness of just being above everything. And just, they're always right about everything. That seems to be the vibe. But they're really just morons. And they're hateful morons. They're hateful, bigoted morons. And they're pandering. They're not serious. And they're bad faith, just like I said last week. But I'll continue because it gets better.
All right. Now.
Okay, so now that they've criticized me, then they go on, because they don't like Steven Crowder either, right? They got to keep it real and criticize both sides. Now here, they explain exactly why I was justified in doing a ruse on Steven. Listen to this.
Yo, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This whole like internet war beef is the most corny shit on the fuck.
This is not the right link. Give me one sec.
It's in that same video.
Here it is. Yeah, here it is. So here they go on.
Call to Fame is a series called Change My Mind, where you go on college campuses with your binder full of facts, okay? And then you just railroad people, strangers with zero following, because it's good for you. And here you have somebody who's, knows their stuff, who follows the lingo, who has I think he has like 1 million subs, the same Seder, Majority Report, and you won't do it.
Steven Crowder.
And I'm just like, what? Why would you go out of your way to debate people who clearly don't know the subject matter, but then you have somebody who does, and you're like, I refuse to do it ever.
But we've been saying that it was disingenuous, and the way that he was doing thing was a bit like.
That's another one of his arguments. That very strong point by
I have to pull that
by Babel there.
That's amazing.
That's so I'm telling you, when you watch their videos, they deliver a lot of their most poignant arguments in such a laughter or
after stuttering for like 10 seconds and then hit him with the
How do I criticize him in a succinct Nailed it, bro.
Or speaking floorboard,
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's interesting though, because everything that Abba said prior to that, it sounds like you get it. Like, that's exactly why we did it.
That explains why what I did was so funny. It was a good joke because of everything you just described, but because they're so bad faith, they're so desperate to appeal to the fallen fan that they can't possibly ever take my side on anything, that they've wrapped themselves into a pretzel. On one hand, saying that I'm a coward and slimy, and on the other hand, perfectly explaining why what I did was justified.
It was a bit slimy and stuff like that. Now you just prove it. Now you really just want to battle people that don't have a following, so that you're doing disingenuous stuff and that it's blown out of proportion. People know it. Is that how? Is that what you don't?
You totally get me.
You want to get someone that has a substantially less following than you, so that if ever you say something that's out of hand, it doesn't get exposed like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're gonna get someone that has equal following as you, you're gonna be like, nah, you know what?
Yeah. You guys totally get me, man. It's incredible. It's like we're aligned. Awesome. Although, did you consider this counter argument? That puts things in perspective. You know what I mean? Moving on. Also, interestingly, this line I just thought was kind of funny. I mean,
so I was like, yo.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This whole like internet war beef is the most corny shit on the fucking planet. Like, I know sometimes we've been like covering people multiple times and be like, oh, there's a beef. Yeah, beef. We just cover it because it's relevant and people want to see it. People think going back and forth is just a war. Like, I don't know. To me, that's just cringy language. Mm-hmm. Like, people use the most violent, like, oh, I got bear smoke for them. Intellectually. Like, kill yourself. Actually kill yourself.
By the way, this man told me to kill myself and he bleeped the kill? Like, what kind of bitch-ass fucking loser are you? Just say it, you fucking bitch. If you're going to tell someone to kill themselves, don't bleep the kill. Just back it up. Oh, YouTube's going to demonetize. Shut the fuck up, bro. Own it.
It's ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you.
You know, yeah.
So you
Dr. Phil's got kahunas.
So you should be permabanned, right? You should be permabanned for a mistake that you clarified, but it's okay for them to say shit like that.
Kill yourself. Bleep the kill.
I don't think
that
they
makes
should be
it
banned.
cool.
Let me be clear on that.
Even with the bleep.
I think that's well. I don't know. We don't know that they said kill.
Right.
I hope you get lung cancer and
let me
die,
be clear. I
you
have
son
to
of a
say this.
bitch.
I'm not saying they should be banned. I'm just saying the irony is interesting.
Yeah.
Look, I don't care that they told me to kill myself. I just think it's fucking embarrassing. And the Lord's year, this was 5 days ago. The Lord's year of 2023, you're on YouTube saying kill yourself? Like, bro, it's time to grow the fuck up.
Okay.
You know? But don't bleep the kill. Do us all a
He
favor.
could have been saying anything. We don't
Such
know.
a bitch.
We don't know. We don't know.
He said, here, you know. Hey, I get in trouble all the time. I got a button. At least I say what I mean, bitch. You don't see me bleeping words. I just hit the whole damn button. I'm a kid. All right, chill, Dr. Phil. It's not that serious. Yeah, coward, loser, dummy, moron, idiot, pussy, bitch,
dumbass.
bitch, dumbass. So that was funny. And then at the same time, they're like, debate is so silly. It's so silly. But, you know, when it comes to Ethan and Crowder, it's a holy sacred thing that we cannot possibly you know. Anyway, so now we're going to go on to potentially the biggest reach. They're going to defend Sebastian, the TikTok alpha male, who by all accounts came on this show and eviscerated. You know, and I'm not tooting my own horn here. Maybe I am a little bit. You got to take your dubs where you can get them. But they saw that and said, oh no, Ethan's the one that's embarrassing in their video titled Ethan's Embarrassing.
I just want to be left alone.
So let's see here. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to keep bringing you up, brother. It's just.
Hold on.
Okay.
Want to be left alone. That's like one of my favorites.
So here's the thing that's interesting. In talking about this, they remove the entire heart of the conversation and straw man my whole argument. the basis of this conversation with Sebastian started from a TikTok in which he said, my woman should not dress sexy unless she's with me, which I found to be a loserish thing to say. And I even say it here because he starts to walk that back. Okay. During this conversation, you can see it right here.
What's the problem?
Well, it's a little insecure.
No, it's not.
It is a little bit.
It's a preference.
Well, no,
it's
it's a
not.
preference.
It's a preference.
Well, in this video, because you're kind of walking it back, so we can move on if you want. But in this,
So I says, look, you're walking it back, so the conversation's kind of moot, and we can move on. But we continue to talk, but they remove the context, which I think shows the whole basis of their conversation. And instead of that, they try to present this opinion, which I do not have, which is that partners aren't allowed to set boundaries, and if you need to let your significant other wear whatever they want all the time, or you're insecure, which was obviously not my point. Like, clearly, you know what I mean? That's silly. But that doesn't keep them from taking it out of context and being bad faith actors and giant losers. Here it is.
The whole genesis for this was he put out a video on TikTok, like something about like how women should dress.
Yeah.
What? No, stop. You see the way he remixes it. No. You see the way he remixes it. That's what I'm about to
So they're doing it again.
Played the original TikTok. That's what I said. He said, if I'm with a girl, he didn't tell other people how they have to dress. He didn't tell women what they have to do every day.
Yeah, I didn't do that either. Nowhere. And so they set up this whole straw man, argue against something I never said or claimed or think. And then they go, oh, look at Ethan. He's such an idiot.
He's not telling everyone, get in an open relationship. He's saying, I like open relationships. That's okay. And I want to run my open relationship this way, which is okay. Listen, this is so stupid. The way two people want to legislate their relationship and the boundaries within them is between the two people.
Yeah. Of course.
Right.
Why would I disagree with that, you dumb? It's like, bro, just engage with me honestly if you want to actually, but they don't want to do that.
Even when they're with me, I wouldn't want them to do that in public.
Okay.
What's the problem?
Well, it's a little insecure.
Listen, people know.
Dude. Okay, so without the context, here, let me keep playing it, actually. Didn't he say he's going to go back and play the original TikTok? He said that, right? Did I show that part?
No, you have not shown that.
Okay. So I keep
based off the kind of things that they wear, they're going to get a different reception from people. Yeah. If I'm with a woman and she's out here dressed like she's going to Cancun tomorrow, I'm going to feel a little bit like that shit's off. Not because it makes me
insecure. He is insecure, by the way. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to feel insecure and you work with your partner. But anyway, that's not the point here. But he is insecure. Both of them are deeply, deeply. Actually, you know what? I think they have issues, but they strike me as confident dudes, to be honest with you guys. Confidently wrong, confidently stupid, confidently hateful bigots.
You're 100% insecure then.
Yeah.
You can't handle it, dude.
That means you're insecure.
You just fucking outed yourself completely. Sorry, it does.
The things that they wear, they're going to get a different reception from people. Yeah. If I'm with a woman and she's out here dressed like she's going to Cancun tomorrow, I'm going to feel a little bit like that shit's off.
Yeah.
Yep. That's your problem.
Look, it's your preference if you don't want to be with a girl who's comfortable doing that, right? But the underlying emotion, which I was trying to coax out with Sebastian, is that what is that feeling of feeling off?
It's disgust.
I love this.
That's a crazy thing to say.
It's disgust.
Okay, loser.
These guys are so desperate to prove they're not insecure. They're like, no, it's disgusting when I see a woman's cleavage.
Disgusting.
It makes me want to circumcise their vagina. Makes me want to mutilate their genitals. What do you mean disgusted? Chill out, dude.
I think it's disgusting when someone wants to be that trashy looking.
Okay, now the context of this is really important. Now, as we're talking, because we said we cannot. Hold on, I'm a little off. Because we say that, you know, slutty or dressing like a hoe, as Sebastian said, is pretty subjective. I mean, so we use this
Look, it's your preference.
baseline as an agreeable starting point.
You don't want to be with a girl who's comfortable doing that, right? But the underlying.
Wait, what the fuck? Hold on, these links are all crazy. Yeah, thank you. That's what's going on in my brain
We're
right now.
vamping with the squeak.
Yeah, we're riffing. Hold on. I don't know if I got the wrong URLs here. Okay, let me go back and try. Okay. Let's start over. He's going to show this and be like, look, he's just flustered. I just got the wrong URL, bro.
We got it.
You know what I mean? Let's start over. So here, I called him out for not walking back his argument. Here he apparently, let me pull this one up again because I missed
The whole genesis for this was he put out a video on TikTok like something about like how women should dress.
Yeah.
What? No, stop.
Okay, yeah. So this is what I wanted to
See
show.
the way he remixes it. No. You see the way he remixes it. That's what I'm about to. I'll play the original TikTok. That's what I said. He said.
So he says, I'll play the original TikTok. Notice, he does not play the original TikTok, actually. He does not, but I will because I'm not a coward and I actually would like to engage with the facts of this conversation and not be a little bitch that just wants to get hate views off of me. So let's go ahead and see the original TikTok of this dude he's defending.
If you're dating
So here's your boy, Sebastian.
a girl, is there things she can and cannot wear? If she's dressed provocatively and I'm not with her, there's absolutely no reason why she should be dressed that way. You should only care about my attention. If you're my wife, there should be no other attention from a man that you should care about other than mine. Why would you wear a dress that makes men look at you and be like, oh my God, she's so hot? Like, women want to be hot, I get it, but you should only be hot for me. You should only want to be hot for me. If you're dating
That's
a girl,
your
is there
boy.
things she can and
I wish you would have showed that because it shows what a child, what an insecure, stupid fucking point he's trying to make, which is what I was asking him about. But you didn't show that. He said he'd replay it. He did not. They may have played it before, but he did not replay it when he said he would. So, is that normal behavior? I mean, this is insecure man-child behavior. My woman, I know she wants to dress hot, but she can only dress hot when she's with me. Okay, that's his theory, right? And then he goes on to say he feels disgust. Now, this was the baseline example that me and Sebastian agreed upon because hoe, slutty, provocative, whatever, sexy, obviously varies from person to person. So I said, okay, take this picture of my wife, for an example, as a baseline. And he said, yeah, I agree. I wouldn't want my significant other just like that. Thank you. Okay, so this is what we're talking about when he says disgust. Here's the clip of me and Sebastian agreeing on this baseline.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It's not.
No, that's fair. If you have that understanding with your partner, I think that's totally fair. But this
It's not insecurity either. It's not insecurity. It's just I don't like that. I don't want
it. It is. Like, let's follow the thread.
No, it's not.
Because you're basically.
No, it's not.
You're
Would you want your wife out there?
Okay,
Would
hold
you
on.
want your wife out there dressed like a hoe?
Well, slam dunk on me, which is what they say. They think this kid's got me.
Oh, the definition of a hoe, I guess, is I'm not quite sure what that means. But
Well, just answer my question. Would you want her out there dressing or wearing as minimal clothing as possible out in a club?
Would I want my? Well, hold on.
No, answer the question.
Now, obviously, how could I don't know what he means by hoe. Clearly, his idea of inappropriately dressed is going to be a lot more conservative than most people's. So I want to establish a baseline. Well, let me show you this.
It's a
Do
yes
you
or
think-
no.
Okay, well, hold
It's
on.
a yes or no.
Is my wife dressed like a hoe here? Because I just want to get your. She posted this to social media.
Would you go out to dinner with your wife dressed like that?
Of course, she wouldn't go like that. I mean, why? I didn't say that we don't have boundaries. I'm just using this baseline. Okay, you know what I mean?
Hold on.
Okay. You good?
All right, Ethan.
Okay, so that's our baseline, and then this is how Babel reacts to my wife.
Look, it's your
The amount, not to my wife, let's say, but the amount of clothes she's wearing.
preference if you don't want to be with a girl who's comfortable doing that, right? But the underlying emotion, which I was trying to coax out with Sebastian, is that what is that feeling of feeling off?
It's disgust. I think it's disgusting when someone wants.
Bro, you are a fucking loser. I really don't know what to say. It's disgusting. This is I'm disgusted. That's the feeling. Go ahead. Go on.
It's disgust. I think it's disgusting when someone wants to be that trashy looking. That's it. Same way I think it's fucking disgusting when I see dudes sag their pants and have their boxers hanging out their ass cheeks. Can I not be disgusted by something? It has to be.
You can be disgusted by anything you want, dude, but it just, I mean, you're a loser, you know? Also, sagging pants is not the same as like showing a little cleavage, bro.
Right.
I'm disgusted. Okay, dude. So then they continue on to defend our boy Sebastian, the enlightened, the great Sebastian. Here's where I think this is interesting. Would he be interested, or Sebastian, love the idea of women policing how they dress? No tight-fitting clothing, no watches, no rings, nothing to show his status or wealth. Not even nice shoes, bro. Not even a nice jacket. You know why? Because you are projecting into the world that you have status, that you have wealth, and obviously you're just doing that to attract other women. Why the fuck would you want to go out and wear a nice watch? It's disgusting. I'm literally repulsed by you wearing a nice watch right now. I don't get it. My man must go outside wearing a full hazmat suit, or otherwise he's cheating. Would you entertain that? Would you ever argue that? And what's fun is that we totally expose Sebastian in this moment for being a total fucking hypocrite. And they do not show this. They do not care about this. Watch.
I post the shirtless picture on Instagram.
Yes, dude. This is unacceptable. That's a thirst trap. That's like you're.
Well,
yeah.
that was before. That was before. So
23 weeks. How long you been with your girlfriend? Thought you.
And it was also, I mean, pretty inspiring, I would say, considering I was.
Women can't be inspiring
overweight.
with their bodies.
Pretty inspiring.
I mean, there's nothing inspiring by taking off your shirt and showing men your tits.
That's what you're doing. You literally just took your shirt off and showed your tits.
in that photo.
Did they not think that this was interesting, relevant at all to the conversation? No. No.
It's also the single dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
There's nothing inspiring about showing your titties.
He goes, yeah, look at me right there. So
That's what the
inspiring.
fuck
look at me.
you're
But when girls
doing.
do it, it's so ugly.
You know, Ethan,
Disgusting.
you did lose a lot of weight since around the time of that episode. So I don't know. Maybe this photo this inspired you.
Oh my god.
You might be right. It is inspiring. But it's also disgusting.
Photo.
Yeah, but the difference is I trained extremely hard
Well,
and
what
I
about the
dieted
girls
properly
who train
to get
extremely hard and then post? Like Hila is training right now with a trainer for a few
That's
months.
exactly what Hila's photo was.
That she's showing off.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's great.
Oh well, because every time a girl posts a photo of her body, it has to be sexual. It can't be that she's achieved something.
Dude, he's so obviously wrong. And the way they go in and frame this, again, it's just pure bad faith, right?
Yeah.
They straw man me, something that I don't even think, and then they omit Sebastian looking like a total fucking hypocrite dumbass.
It's super inspiring that she did
I
that.
just want to be left alone.
I'm sorry, bro. I know. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to work through this, and then we hopefully don't have to talk about you anymore.
Hold on.
But
Hold on. Okay. You good?
All right, Ethan.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
see how silly you're being?
Inspires me, actually.
Don't you see how silly you're being? You go, oh, I didn't know that. But it's like, everybody who's posting pictures like this, a lot of them just feel good. They want to show it off all their hard work.
There's different contexts, right? These things are a lot more nuanced. Like if you're
So again, in fresh and fit light diet, Babel and Reach, they agree with him. And so my question to them is, are you okay with women policing how you go out? Because that conversation never happens.
That conversation needs to happen.
And I think the wearing the watch and the nice shoes and all that shit, it's the exact same thing. You're trying to attract women with that.
And I've seen the science on that.
It's conclusive.
It's conclusive.
If you believe in global warming, then you must believe
I read
that you are trying to cheat if you wear a nice watch outside.
I read a study on it. It said men's tits are inspiring and women's are sexual.
They're disgusting.
Yeah, disgustingly sexual.
So again, bad faith, fucking losers, straw man. You know, get up, dude. Y'all are so lame. Again, if you want to talk, at least engage with what I really believe, because this is just low-hanging fruit bullshit. And I know these guys post a lot. They just want content. You know what I mean? They're desperate for content, and that's what's going on here. But at least be honest, you know? Don't act like high and mighty when you're just straight up lying about what happened. Fucking dumbasses. So, moving on. Here they defending Jordan Peterson. Yes, friend of the show. We all know and love Jordan Peterson.
No.
One of the great men of our time.
LOL.
Breaking down and crying. And to them, this is just a beautiful moment. A courageous moment.
Sex.
And it says a lot about women and feminists and liberals.
Or else.
Jordan Peterson breaks down crying and the internet cheered is the title of this video. Let's take a look.
People make their mistakes as they stumble uphill.
Jordan's been a fascinating interview. Thank you very much.
But it's so funny that we live in a world where every feminist and their girlfriends are talking about men do this, men need to show more emotion. Dude starts crying about how sad and lonely men are, and women are like, you fucking loser. See? This is what I've always known to be true since I was a young man. All this talk about feminists are for young men, it's lies.
By the way, they're showing like one random tweets. I'm not even gonna. It's like what are you trying to show?
I swear to God,
it's a cat.
I swear to God.
Why would you need?
They didn't even show the likes on this one. I mean, what the fuck?
Why would you need men's rights activists? You guys are seeing it right now.
I swear to God, that shit about wanting to be more vulnerable and seeing feelings. I swear to God.
Now, you guys.
Y'all don't really want it.
No.
So, as someone that made fun of Jordan Peterson, this is not about men being vulnerable. This man is an unhinged lunatic. That's like the 10th time he's cried today. He's not vulnerable. He's unstable.
And spewing very dangerous ideology while he does it.
And this is another thing that they're doing. They're making Jordan Peterson very palatable, whitewashing him. He is one of the most hateful, disgusting people on the whole fucking internet. He is just openly transphobic. He's like, no, yeah, I don't like trans people. Just straight the fuck up. He is, that's like his whole thing. He's with the Daily Wire now. And his whole fucking thing is just transphobia.
That's Auschwitz.
It's Auschwitz. And he's also homophobic. He advocates for conversion therapy, which he called being against conversion therapy is virtue signaling, apparently.
Absolutely.
And so if you isolate this one instance and say, oh, all feminists, all fucking libs are weaponizing men being emotional, is insane. It's dishonest, too. Because come on. Come on. You know Jordan Peterson's a piece of shit. At least
budding beauty.
Or at least you know people aren't making fun of him because he's crying, because he's vulnerable. Stop being fucking obtuse. Stop.
Ouchie.
I heard this man read a fucking excerpt from Pinocchio and start crying. It's not vulnerable. It's weird.
Just fucking weird, man.
Wait here, I'll watch this whole thing.
Like, be picky. That's
What,
your-
I'd like to see what is he crying about, because I'm sure it's some weird, dumb shit. Here, let's watch.
I want to ask you just quickly, the film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Incel
Spot
being
on.
these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure. Why not? You know, people have been...
Yes. Are you the intellectual hero to these violent, psychotic, school shooting misogynists? Yes.
Baby will start to cry.
That's right. And I gave him the gun. I'll tell you what, when my grandmother's pubes brushed on my face, tears started running down my cheeks, and it occurred to me, men just want their grandmother to force themselves upon them. Is that too much to ask? No. And so I say women need to give it up.
Imagining you have a vagina
Men deserve, no, they're entitled to sex.
for sexual kick.
And women just they don't give it up.
YOLO bitches, get some.
Hit me with the audiobook.
I dreamed I saw my maternal grandmother sitting by the bank of a swimming pool, which was also a river. Her genital region was exposed dimly. It had the appearance of a thick mat of hair.
It's inspiring.
She was stroking herself absent-mindedly. She walked over to me.
Why didn't they play
with
this?
a handful of pubic hair compacted into something resembling a large artist's
You should play
paintbrush.
this when you talk about
She
Jordan
pushed
Peterson.
this at my face. I raised
Cowards.
my arm several times to deflect her hand. Finally, unwilling to
Is that
hurt
you,
her
Ian, the
or
fading?
interfere with her any further, I let her have her way.
That's all a boy wants. Let his grandma assault him sexually. So yes, I am their heroes. To come bring it all together.
After me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. You know, what a terrible thing to do that is.
Nobody's mad that you're speaking to men. It's what you're saying, dumb fuck.
Quit speaking, you.
Again, it's all just intentionally obtuse. And why is he crying? Pull your shit together, man.
Talk to marginalized.
You know, if a woman started crying too, I'd be say, pull your shit together. It's not to do with gender.
We're supposed to have a voice.
Oh, but they found 3 tweets of random Twitters with 0 to 1 like of them saying, is he on estrogen or something?
There was a 4th one that had 20 likes.
It's making you emotional.
Okay,
or
fair.
23 or something.
That's science. That's backed by science.
settled.
Well,
Yeah, that's settled.
God, you know.
Nice
It's
shot.
very difficult to understand how demoralized.
Yo, they got that crying cam on him.
Yeah.
The way they got him looking over his shoulder.
That was wild.
That's stunning.
Cut to the crying cam. You know Jordan beforehand, he's like, I want you to set up a crying cam for me. I'm going to cry about 20 minutes in. So here it is. Cry
making you
cam.
emotional.
Cut to
Oh,
it.
God, you know.
Here it is. Here it is.
It's very difficult to understand.
He's checking his light. He's making sure.
Oh God!
That was a good one.
How demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category.
Oh,
And
yes.
you get these casual insults, these incels. What does it mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, like, be picky. That's your gift, man. Demand high standards from your men. Fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do, and everyone piles abuse on them.
You've been so controlled today, and yet in that brief moment, you got very emotional. Why?
Okay, whatever. So they make a whole fucking big deal. Again, farming the views on this dumb fucking shit. Making Jordan Peterson look like a victim of bullying. Imagine that. The dude who, like, what is it he said about Elliot Page again? That was, like, so obscenely fucking violently transphobic.
I remember he said, "Remember when pride was a sin?" That was part of it.
Oh yeah, pride is a sin. Gay pride is a sin.
Pride is not a virtue.
This poor guy is being bullied.
Because that's a cardinal sin.
Like, pull it together, man. Do your fucking research. You're embarrassing. Going out here like this. Come on now. Remember when pride was a sin and Ellen Page just had her breasts removed by a criminal physician? Yeah. Let's prop him up.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good guy.
And let's show him some grace when he starts crying.
You know, because all these feminists, I tell you what, man.
Mhm.
Feminists be wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're one of them, by the way.
I know. I need to
loser.
shut up. I'm one of them.
Okay.
back
You
to
don't know who
Reddit.
Olivia is. She's the loser feminist researcher who spends
I'm
all
starting
her
to
day
think
on
that
Reddit boards
anyone
and
who's
thinks
just not like an obedient kitchen dweller is a feminist.
Mhm.
He throws that as a quite a broad label.
Make their mistakes as they stumble uphill.
Jordan's been a fascinating.
Even the creaking there in Morgan Pierce's studio. What the hell?
Interview. Thank you very much.
But it's so funny that we live in a world where every feminist and their girlfriends are talking about men do this, men need to show more emotion. Dude starts
Wait,
crying.
did you say every feminist and their girlfriend? Is he,
every feminist and their girlfriends.
Every feminist and their girlfriends?
I think girlfriends, like their friends.
Oh, okay.
Very much.
But it's so funny that we live in a world where every feminist and their girlfriends are talking about men do this, men need to show more emotion. Dude starts crying about how sad and lonely men are, and women are like, you fucking loser. See?
Let's see these ones he pulled. I don't even care. I mean, these people don't.
But that one had 300 likes.
Telling people that
To be fair
Jordan
to them.
Peterson is helping you become a man is possibly one of the most embarrassing self-owns one can muster up. I agree.
Yeah.
She's right.
That
Or
tweet
they're
is
right.
also not about crying.
Nope. So that was
or the quote tweet.
right. Or calling him a pussy or a bitch or whatever it is you're saying. Actually,
This
it's a
one
pretty
doesn't look that
general
relevant.
statement. So I don't see this supporting your claim.
This is what I've always known to be true since I was a young man. All this talk about feminists are for young men.
I could watch clips of Peterson crying all day. Not really a criticism. I mean, there's got to be Jordan Peterson crying
They're
compilations.
dynamic clips.
He cries readily.
Yeah.
Not Jordan Peterson literally crying over the plight of incels. That's fair. It doesn't really support your argument that people are calling him a bitch or something.
Nope. It's lies.
I swear to God.
It's a cat.
I swear to God.
Why would
that
you?
is-
Does Jordan Peterson take estrogen? I can't imagine someone who purports to have so much testosterone crying this often scientifically. This one maybe supports their claim. The only one.
I think they're being ironic, though.
They're
I don't know for
joking,
sure.
which
I don't-
scientifically is fine. Because they say scientifically. So what's the deal? Is this joke okay or is it harming men? Fucking idiot. Dumbass. Literally no consistency in your arguments. But anyway, so let's just say this one you get. It has no likes. You even cut out the engagement intentionally.
Why would you need men's rights activists? You guys are seeing it right now.
I swear to God.
The only thing that's keeping me going every day is the knowledge that Jordan Peterson is going to put out another strange video of him crying about a weird verse in the Bible or about how young men are oppressed by blue jeans or something. Really? That's supporting your thesis?
It's a funny tweet.
That's just a joke, brother. I don't know what's your problem, bitch. You crying here about a joke, loser, idiot? Pathetic.
Shit about wanting to be more vulnerable and seeing feelings. I swear to God.
If I had to choose between food, water, and videos of Jordan Peterson crying, I'd probably starve. Wow. That is offensive stuff, man. Feminism has gone too far. And this is the worst stuff he could find.
God, y'all don't really want it.
No.
Y'all don't really want it.
Jordan Peterson crying makes my day.
Because time to time, whenever that happens, y'all weaponize that bitch. Yeah. Trust.
Okay.
It's not
I
that a man is crying. It's that an asshole is crying.
Right, yeah.
A serial sobber.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's our boy. Sorry, not beautiful. No amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that. Yeah, dude.
Sorry.
Feminism has gone too damn
Sorry.
far.
Beautiful.
Sorry, beautiful. It's like, what the fuck, dude? I mean, this guy, he's just a hateful fucking misogynist,
Weirdo.
transphobe piece of shit.
And
He's
just
your
weird.
guy.
He's just very weird. Weird man.
So the way they're framing this is like laughably silly. And by the way, as I don't weaponize men crying. I think people are touched when men cry. In general, people find it endearing.
Mm-hmm.
Show me a whole bunch of examples, or even 2 examples of a man who's having a genuine, heartfelt moment crying and it being used against him.
You cried relatively recently on this show, and I don't think anybody held that against you.
Actually, the only people did was a joke about the chestnut song, and that was too far. Feminism went too far.
Feminism went too far.
I got
the chestnuts.
I got a good one. Michael Jordan crying, and it became a meme.
Right, that's true. Feminism went too far with that one.
That was fucked up.
Hey, dumbass and leech, here's only some large body of research that suggests a strong relationship between misogynistic humor and R-word, essay, and crimes against women. Hold on.
Wait.
That's impossible.
That totally contradicts.
Because I believe in climate change.
Right.
So this can't be. The effects of sexist humor and types of R-word on men's self-reported R-word proclivity and victim blaming. Joking for gender equality, subversive humor against sexism motivates collective action in men and women with weaker feminist identity. Lights on at the end of the party are lads, mags, mainstreaming dangerous sexism. I mean, I don't know what this is, frankly.
Yeah, and
But
I mean, frankly, there's probably, there might be some studies out there that find the opposite.
I don't.
I would be a little bit surprised if there was.
There's
but
a study that says
I don't know all
jokes
the studies.
Jokes be
jokes are harmless
jokes
and they
be
don't
harmless.
Jokes.
All jokes be harmless.
The point is that it was being presented as if this. The Jordan crying thing? Is that what you're talking about?
I hit the button.
Why?
Why?
Wait, don't say it out loud.
I guess it.
I don't think I needed to, but you guys were giving me crickets, so I panicked.
You didn't
I was
say
looking
anything.
at my computer.
I was just saying. I'll just say it again.
Just say it again, because
I don't think women are the. Just to be serious for a moment, I don't think women are the ones perpetuating, like specifically feminists are out here being like, "Look at weak ass Michael Jordan." It's like a sports meme.
Yeah, no, I know.
Right.
No, I know.
Why
I
did
know
you button that. Like there was absolutely
you guys looked
nothing
at me.
wrong with that.
You guys gave me crickets
because we
and
didn't
I panicked.
react. I mean.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. That's what I expect. Thank you.
All right.
So good.
So good.
That's what I expect from my friendly neighborhood feminist loser.
Yep.
All right, can you? Do you guys hear that?
We got to get the floor fixed in here. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that was the most unneeded panic
was
button
so funny.
so far.
All right,
I've never
had to
seen
do
your
it.
eyes
You've
Gone
do
mad
that.
with power. Nothing bad.
I had to do it.
Yeah, and frankly, to go back to what you were saying, yes, I agree, and it's interesting that, I do think that the societal pressure to be a man and toughen up and not cry is definitely coming from other men primarily.
I don't know why they have this argument that like women don't actually want vulnerable men. I find that just really weird and it's not really reflected in the real world. What do you mean emotional? Like unhinged, or do you mean like someone who's comfortable talking about how they feel about things?
Right. That's I think an important distinction to make. Women I don't think want emotionally unstable men.
Right.
And I don't think men
That's feminism
wanna
gone
date
too far.
emotionally unstable women
Right.
either. I think that's kind of a universal human thing.
I thought this comment was pretty good. Abba and Preach are no better than Peterson at times. They give young men the tools and vocabulary to process current events, but behind their friendly demeanor, They are rarely ever sympathetic to women or LGBTQ. Their platform and content are all geared towards men like Peterson's audience who struggle to find validity in any non-male centered cause. Their central theme of modern women bad can be seen through their channel. They just pander to male loneliness while subtly implanting centrist takes about SJWs.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on.
All right, so now we've kind of set the atmosphere. So let's get into responding directly to their recent video. So me and Hasan talked about them briefly on last Thursday.
But by the way, just before we get into this, quick aside, I'm seeing in the chat again, people are having YouTube's having like serious problems today.
Oh no.
Apparently. The app is like nonstop crashing for people.
For me, it was just
It seems like it's fine on desktop. I've seen lots of people say I'm watching on desktop, no problem. There seems to be a problem with the mobile app.
Let me open and see. I'm just curious if I can pull up the live. Yeah, it's working fine on my phone.
What's interesting is it keeps seeming to happen in waves. Like I'm seeing...
We are coming in waves.
They're coming in waves.
I beat you, Zach.
You motherfucker.
Quick.
Funny stuff. All right, so let's keep it going because I wasn't kidding when I said I have a lot to get to. Like a lot.
We're almost done though, right?
No. We still have...
For 2 hours.
We're not almost done.
Oh, God.
Look at the document.
Bro, we go hard in the paint, all right?
Listen, like I said, Babylon Reach season is open. If I'm going to talk about it, I'm just going to talk about it.
Crying Jordan. The other crying
I'll
Jordan.
try to pick up the pace, though. There's a fucking lot left.
All right,
There's more left than what we've
Let's go.
covered.
We got places to be.
We could do a two-parter, I guess. 6 hours of content.
Oh my God.
All right,
Okay, hold on. How many minutes did we say that they've made videos about us? 145?
145 minutes.
Well, it doesn't matter now because
we're at 120.
We're striking back.
Yeah, I'm
We have
responding.
120, so you have 25 minutes.
No.
To be on par with them.
No, I get to respond. I get double the time because I have to address. No, because I have to watch their content.
That's not the sacred rules of debate.
Okay, right.
No.
All right.
No.
All right.
You do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do.
They poke the bear.
no,
We
well.
get to go Revenant on their ass, okay?
The Revenant.
No, but listen, it's fair. They did 145, so I get 290.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
290.
I get 290. How long is 290? That
I gotta
seems like
prep
a lot.
tomorrow's show at some point. All right. I mean,
No, that's 5 hours. We could do 5 hours today. It's no problem.
Easy.
Easy, baby. All right, let's try to move on then. Hey, can you please not make fun of Jordan, Ian? Please. Feminism has done enough to that poor man.
what is the origin of that image? Could you put that back up for a second? Like,
That's a straight stock photo of a man going through it. All right, so me and Hasan talked briefly about them on Thursday. I was venting a little bit
Say something so
about
unhinged,
what
I'm like, what the
pieces
fuck?
of shit they are.
Pull out.
And of course, as they usually do, they made a 26-minute video about like us talking about them for a brief amount of time called Ethan Klein and Hasan threaten us with war and go on an unhinged rant. So I'm going to react to this video now. No, I'm sorry. Y'all guys get in front of the camera and talk like you're...
His definition of unhinged is just saying that trans women don't belong in women's sports. Whoa!
Points. And
don't make me roll that fucking video again, brother. They're always constantly trying to downplay their like blatant transphobia. Hey. Whoa. I said trans.
Whoa.
I said a dude who just transitioned this morning shouldn't be able to compete against women. Don't make me roll it. Don't make me fucking roll it, bro. I'm rolling it.
Roll it. So I've been banned from trans.
You did more than that. Be honest. You did more than that, dude.
Trans.
Be honest with us.
Trans women are women. Trans women are women. Trans.
Be honest.
Trans.
Don't be a coward now.
Ain't nobody trying to talk about y'all that deeply.
I never really dissected this, but I love this moment where he's like, y'all, nobody really cares about y'all. Okay, anyway, everyone's talking about you, but like, it's all your own fault.
Okay, let's.
When they're talking about you. The reason why folks talk about y'all is because you guys put yourselves out there all the time and then constantly demanding change from everybody.
You did more than that, bro.
Transgender.
Don't be a coward. Don't be dishonest.
Trans women.
You know what I mean? I think that I've proven with scientific certainty that they've done more than just say trans people shouldn't compete in sports. Thank you. I rest my case. Also, global climate change is real.
Science is gay.
Size is gay, also. Whatever that means. I accidentally closed the document. Give me 1 sec here, guys.
I got you.
Record scratch moment.
I sent in Discord.
I got it. I'm just trying to find. Okay, so let's keep it going then.
All of that aside, just as a nickname.
Peaches and cream, because they're soft, bro. They're like a nice sweet bowl of oatmeal.
Thank you, Hasan. I
don't really like it that much.
Not good.
Okay, I think it demasculates them, and that's why I like it. Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
Hold on. What was that response? I think it demasculates them, and that's why I like it. Yo, they said action, and then he did that.
It sounds like he was shot or something. Holy shit.
They're
God,
so
someone
fake.
check on Breach.
They're such phonies. That dude literally said action and then goes. But anyway, listen. Listen. They're right. I'm actually going to eat crow on that one. It's not a good name. And after doing a little bit of research, they do seem comfortable in their masculinity. So I assume that they were like other red pill guys who are like deeply, deeply insecure in their masculinity and are always trying to, you know, act macho and stuff, overcompensating. But I was totally wrong about them. So I'm going to agree with everybody that Peaches and Cream, not a good name. And I'll even take it a step further. I didn't know that Fresh and Fit called them apples and peaches. And that just makes me embarrassed and ashamed of myself.
Cringe.
Like
they changed their channel icon to Peaches and Cream. That's how not offended they were by it.
And that's fair. It wasn't a good
L.
nickname.
Ethan, W. Dan.
Peaches and Cream just sounds sexy. It reminds me of that B2K song.
That's what it always makes me think of too.
So I'm taking back. I'm officially taking back the Peaches and Cream moniker.
It's rewind time.
And we are officially endorsing Babble and Reach.
Thank you.
Yes. So you guys definitely got me on that one. But what's super interesting is they go on and they totally lose me, and see if you guys can spot what I'm talking about.
Oh, these guys are so masculine. It gets on my nerves. They need to be demasculated. So
Even ABBA's kind of like chill, dude.
I don't want these guys to be masculine.
It's a 112 song, not B2K.
So let's demasculate them, and that's gonna be much better. It's funny how hold on. It's funny how motherfuckers.
Here, now listen carefully to our boy Reach, who, in his namesake, but he's reaching straight into some doo-doo. Straight into a flaming bag of doo-doo.
The first one to be, oh, you know what? Gay this, gay that, LGBTQ, mumbo jumbo, whatever the fuck. And then
hold the fucking phone. Let him
cook.
Okay, let him
cook.
Let him cook.
The first chance you get to weaponize that bitch, you do it. There you go, Ethan. I'm soft. Okay, you a bitch. You a whole bitch.
Why you triggered?
And you instrumentalize all that shit. That's what you do. Oh no, gays this, gays that, equality, all that good stuff. But the minute you want to weaponize this, and I'm gonna tell you, all the people from the LGBTQ community, just notice this shit from people that say that they're allies to you. Okay? Watch how they move to insult other That's being you.
Are you done?
Is an insult for them. When you got a bunch of people on your side, and they're like, yeah, man.
Can someone cut him off?
Preach.
Maybe someone should have.
What's wrong? You probably take it in the
Preach, we gotta go to break.
Preach.
They taking what you are.
This is a button moment.
They taking what you are.
Bro, when did I say anything about gay people?
Nobody called you gay, dude.
Nobody called you gay. This is the biggest fucking self-report possibly of all time. I said that they're soft and I wanted to demasculate them. And he interpreted that as me calling him gay.
You gay?
And went on an entire tirade about how I secretly hate gay people. But why is it that you think that being gay is synonymous with soft and unmasculine? Can you explain that to me? Because I don't see any way to interpret this. And by the way, they both were there, edited it, and kept this in. He thought he was doing something here. Explain to me how this isn't like the craziest, most homophobic rant I've ever seen. How the fuck did you just do that? One more time.
You get to weaponize that bitch.
Hold on.
Thank you, Hasan. I don't really like it that much. Not good.
Okay, I think it demasculates them, and that's why I like it.
Oh, these guys are so masculine. It's get on my nerves. They need to be demasculated. So peaches and cream it is. I don't want these guys to be masculine.
He's doing the gay voice that you got canceled for, by the way, I think.
I didn't do that. Don't say that.
Okay, well, okay, you're right. Rich Lux, if you're watching, here's your man. Here's your real man right here. He's doing the gay voice. You get him.
Stand there.
Yes, I was waiting for that.
Dan
Rich.
is jealous of me.
Dan is jealous of me.
Rich, if you're watching, get us a sound drop of you saying, "I can't stand Babylon Reach," and we'll play that on the show.
And Dan ruined my whole Disney trip.
I love him for that, to be honest. It's so funny.
Dan is jealous of me.
I love that for them.
So let's demasculate them, and that's gonna be much better.
So gay men can't be masculine, right? That's literally what he's saying.
He's equating masculinity with.
You ever seen any of these bears, bro? They'll break you in half, brother. I've seen me. You know what I mean? What the fuck? And soft. All gay men are emasculate and soft. They straight up just said that.
Also, can I draw attention to the irony of him wearing a Rage Against the Machine shirt while he's going off on this homophobic rant? A explicitly leftist, like communist rock group? Like, what? Why are you wearing that? They would not like you.
I'm curious what Tom Morello's
They would not like
take
you.
on that would be.
There's so much irony caked into the scene.
Yeah.
He goes on about Ethan pretends to support you, but he hates you, and he'll use you against someone at the drop of a hat. It's like, when the fuck did I say anything about gay, bro? That's what you're doing right now. The irony is like it's palpable.
Hold on. It's funny how motherfuckers
And they left
always
this in.
the first one to be, oh, you know what? Gay this, gay that, LGBTQ, mumbo jumbo, whatever the fuck. And then the first chance.
Mumbo jumbo.
No, he goes, nobody really honestly cares about this stuff. He's what he's saying. Trust me, nobody actually genuinely cares about the LGBTQ. He's only tokening you. And this is proof, what I've always known. Nobody cares about this shit.
You get to weaponize that bitch, you do it. There you go, Ethan. I'm soft, okay. You a bitch. You a whole bitch.
I'll be a bitch, but you are just like coconuts in Barbados right now, brother. Who are you talking to? I know you're not talking to me. Did I call
mean,
you?
This really just sums up the whole kind of thesis of this, is that they love to make something up and then get mad about it.
They're the straw men.
Yeah. Like that's the classic move, is
100%.
Something that didn't happen and then go on a rant about it.
And then to their fans it seems reasonable because they're like, "Oh, if he did say that, then yeah." But
penetration.
Actually, I didn't mention anything about gay. I mean, have you seen Hunger FF? That guy's masculine as shit. He takes hands like elbow deep up his ass.
Yeah.
Just saying. That man's got a prolapse the size of a goddamn Mount Everest. He's
Scarlet
got
Pit.
the Mount Everest of prolapses. Yeah.
King.
He is a king.
Yeah.
But, wow, this is amazing.
This is really amazing stuff. It's incredible. Is he wearing a holster, by the way? What's going on there?
I've been wondering that the whole time.
Crowder moment.
It's hard to tell if it's a holster. I don't want to put that on him because I'd be surprised if he was, but I don't know what else. What other accessories worn like that?
No, suspenders shouldn't go under.
Although
your
he's
arms.
in Canada, you can't. It's not this. You can't really.
No,
open carry in
Canada's pretty
Canada.
loosey goosey with.
Oh, they are.
I can't tell if it's what it is.
Also, I just want to say he does seem very sensitive to being called gay. I didn't say that, and you just got like way sent off, brother.
Maybe the straps, his little strappies make him feel masculine.
His little strappies.
It's like
Yeah, his little
little
strappies.
strappies. I mean,
It makes my
that's why
biceps
Crowder
look
does
big.
it,
Yeah,
right?
maybe he doesn't need anything in it. It's just
When I do my
his little
strappies real
strappies.
tight, it makes my biceps look big.
Yeah.
You guys hear that?
We have got to get that checked out. So annoying to the audience, I'm sure.
Crazy. And before y'all try to be like, oh, they're classing me. Bro, y'all are millionaires. Stop. Fix your floor. You got no excuse. You just suck at making videos.
We see your views. You got the money.
Stop it. Stop it.
Get a contractor.
All that shit. That's what you do. Oh no, gays this, gays that, equality, all that good
he's
stuff.
doing
but
something.
the minute you want to weaponize
Spitting
this,
right now.
and I'm
Straight
telling
up
you, all the
cooking.
people from the
This is some
LGBTQ
Zach De La
community,
Roca shit,
just
huh,
notice
dude?
this shit from people that say that they're allies to you. Okay, watch how they move to insult other. That's
Who are you talking to?
Is an insult for them. When you got a bunch of people on your side.
No.
And they're like, yeah, man. Oh, what's wrong? You get
This man just built like the whole Lord of the Rings multiverse from me saying he's soft.
You probably take it in the end.
What?
They take it.
There's only one canon universe in the Lord of the Rings.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry, I'll back it up.
Legendarium.
This man just went from soft to you take it in the ass.
Fools.
Dude, chill, bro. Chill. Preach. Or Abba, you better step in on your man, dude. You got no...
chill.
What you are, they're taking what you are and then using it against another person.
Homie's just on his phone. He's like, bro, I don't care.
They react to the videos on the phone, to be fair to him.
Nah, he's browsing Twitter. He's like, whatever, bro.
Here he goes again.
Yeah, here he goes. Reach is reaching.
That's not an ally.
Let's just also appreciate their way to insult us is to make us sound more feminine.
No, never said anything about feminine. I said demasculate. So do you see how ignorant you are? Demasculate doesn't mean feminine.
I have to say something. Demasculate isn't a word.
Does it start with an E?
Emasculate.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
emasculate.
Because you said it in the original video
No, it's
too.
emasculate. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I've been biting.
I'm fucking not paying you to correct me during this live show. All right, Dan?
Sorry, I was trying to hold it together. but-
I'm trying to follow their advice.
I'm a feminist idiot loser on Reddit.
Loser.
I'm trying to follow their advice and not surround myself with. I guess you would be following their advice. Okay, whatever.
Oh yeah, it's feminine, so it's soft, so it's bad. That's you.
I don't even care.
Dude.
I don't care, but that's you. That's what you do.
I don't care. I'm just gonna rant about it for 3 minutes about some transphobic, misogynistic freak shit. I don't care. I just called you soft, and here you are, fully triggered.
We don't care.
I know it. I believe you. I believe them. They don't care. I believe them. No, you guys don't care. Absolutely.
I think it's funny when someone says like, yo, people. It's funny because the red pillars do the same thing.
Yeah.
This is my favorite. You are red pillar.
You are a red pillar.
This is part of their
Red-pilled as fuck.
shtick. This is their shtick. They're like, no. We're above all that. No, you guys are red pillars.
They'll try to make you sound more feminine. Oh, that's feminine energy. You do the exact same
Never
thing.
said
and this is why we
feminine.
tell you a lot of these feminists or red pillars are two sides of this.
And again, they just associated feminine with being soft, or it seems to think weak and soft is a feminine feature to them. Because I never said feminine. So
I'm not sure where this is all coming from.
Same coin. When it comes down to it and they get upset, they use the exact same language. Notice we never said Ethan's a feminine type of dude.
I didn't say that about you.
Easy could have done that. We don't, because I don't think there's anything wrong. If you're a feminine man,
this is like the straw man of all straw men. And what the fuck are you talking? Who are you talking to?
Man, go ahead, live your best life. But for these guys, that's actually a bad thing. So no matter how much they portray any of these virtues, when it comes down to it, when they gotta get dirty, they use the exact same ammunition.
Exactly. Are you done now? Okay. You should have erased that whole part. Why did you keep that in? And then, of course, this is like the classic tactic of Ethan said something offensive about gay people once, therefore all of his opinions are invalid. Again, I didn't even mention anything gay at all, which makes me, again, wonder why this is here. But I'll play it because... what is this? Oh, I see. Sorry, I lost my spot again in the doc. So I'm not afraid to confront my wrongs, quote, controversies. Rewatching this clip it's very embarrassing. It's very dumb. It's very offensive, and I don't know why I can't imagine why I did that. And it is coming from a homophobic place, and I greatly regret it. And I'm actually happy to talk about it as often as I need to, right? To make that clear. So after not mentioning anything gay, they're apparently trying to prove that I'm homophobic.
Times, I think one that comes to mind was maybe Jordan Peterson that you described as probably being someone that would be a bottom. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. But like I've heard.
I'm just showing this in the interest of like being fair. Okay, I did this.
Times maybe say like, oh, this is someone that might be a bottom.
Being transparent.
You can't always tell like who's the top, who's the bottom.
So do you find it offensive if I say by being like, oh, he's probably a bottom? Is that the problem? To make
absolutely,
it's offensive.
Because the gay men already you have to deal with certain assumptions about femininity and masculinity.
I mean, it is funny though.
That's all I'm asking for. Is just be a little more conscious of it.
So would you consider yourself a top or a bottom, or you don't do that the labels?
And I mean this with all peace and love and with respect, Ethan. It's none of your business.
But you have a preference, one way or the other.
But that's another dangerous assumption too.
Can I guess?
A lot of gay men don't.
You tell me if it's right. If I guess right, it's embarrassing. If you're on the bottom, it doesn't mean you're like a beta. You could be alpha and also still be on the bottom. But if you were, does the poop pass like any differently from before? Is it all normal functions? Like I get it doesn't leak out, but I wonder if it just comes out a little. The labels. Okay, so anyway, embarrassing. I don't like watching it, but there it is. Just being fair. Now back to them. Why did they show this? It's got nothing to do with anything. And they're
trying to
prove a point of something I never said.
Right.
They're the straw men.
Yes, right.
They're going on for 5 minutes talking about something I never fucking said. But this is a tactic where people go, look at this thing that Ethan's apologized for and talked ad nauseum about and hopefully learned and grown from. But here's something bad he did. Therefore, opinions invalid about anything forever. Nice.
Just understand. Like I said, I don't really care that you call us peaches and cream, apples and peach, whatever.
There's a reason you do it. When
I think nicknames like that are funny. You guys constantly police other people's language. Talk about this is transphobic.
Bro, you got to chill out. They really called you soft. Not that serious. Okay, so then he goes on to say that the internet beef thing is cringy. That's interesting.
Bruv, have you heard yourself?
Thing about Abba and Preach that they don't know about me. They haven't. They don't bother me enough yet. But I'll tell you this: I'm fucking insane. And if you want to do the war thing, that's my favorite thing in the world. But I'm close. They're pathetic. They're liars. They're dishonest, and they're phonies. They're not even genuine. That's the thing, right? Here, look at this. So I hope that I'm proving that statement. But I will admit again, I got a little carried away. I agree. It's a little cringy the way I was talking about it. I get into this war thing is kind of a meme on the channel, and
The whole crazy Ethan, goblin mode Ethan's kind of a meme. But I'll agree that it's cringy the way I talked about it. For sure. But the way that these guys try to act now, that they're not like tea kings. You guys are the brewers themselves. Your whole channel, even more than me. People call me drama. You are a straight up gossip channel, my dudes. That's what you do.
I like how Hasan's quiet, like, man, I don't want to be involved in this nonsense.
So it's like, yo.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This whole, like, internet war beef is the most corny shit on the...
You know why Hasan doesn't want to be involved? Because anytime he mentions you, even the slightest bit passing, you cut 20 videos about him. Because you're fucking tea kings. You guys are master brewers. You know what I mean? So let's do a tea ceremony. Fucking together, me and you. Let's just be real about who we are. Again, this is him acting like he's above it, like he's better. Look at their channel. It's all tea, brothers.
Fucking plan.
Ian, chill. Just kidding. Ian just sneezed. It's the first time I heard a sound from Ian all episode.
Like, I know sometimes we've been, like, covering people multiple times and be like, oh, there's a beef. Yeah, we just cover it because it's relevant and people want to see it. Mm-hmm. People think going back and forth is just a war. Like, I don't know. To me, that's just cringy language. Mm-hmm. Like, people use the most violent, like, oh, I got bear smoke for them. Intellectually. Like, kill yourself.
Again, like, I didn't say that. I don't consider myself an intellectual at any capacity.
Actually kill yourself.
That the classic kill yourself line where he blurs the kill because he's a giant fucking bitch. Won't even own what he says, coward.
Just say you got a rebuttal and you're just using words.
I have a rebuttal. Is that what you guys do? Excuse me, I have a rebuttal, Ethan.
Once again.
Is that what you're doing in this video, you dumb fucking hypocrite coward?
So stupid.
It's so stupid. It sounds like Crowder.
Intellectuals be like, we're gonna verbally joust in an intellectual warfare. Like, shut the fuck up. How old?
Yeah, I didn't say
There are no intellectuals involved in any of this.
I guarantee.
Our side or yours.
I guarantee I'm not intellectual, nor have I ever claimed to be.
fucking stupid.
That's the last thing anyone should consider me to
Two
be.
YouTubers beefing. That's all this is.
Yeah.
How old are you? What is this? What is this? This feels like a manga for like YouTubers.
It's Digimon.
No, this is like a whole shonen. Like this, war is serious. This internet shit is not serious.
Yeah, war's
I turn off my
serious.
PC. I go outside.
Digimon?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. They just say anything. I think they just say anything. Again, this is the guy who says this whole internet beef is cringy. I have not done a proper video about them. 15.
Right.
15. You're the Tea King, brothers. Just you're gossip. Nails emojis. You know what I mean? Let's talk shop. Change your name to Abba and T. I don't know.
Oh my god, this is the tea.
Seriously? Stop it. You're not better. You do more drama than anyone on the internet practically. Dude. At least I own it. I love the gossip. I love the tea. Mm-hmm. You know what it is. But now they go, I thought this next part is really interesting.
I have a good life. Nobody cares. In real life, nobody gives a fuck about any of this. People go out to their jobs. None of this matters. So just calm down with the whole war.
I mean, look.
Yeah, so this thesis of his, I go outside, nobody cares. Jokes are jokes. It's science. Again, this man has made 30 plus videos on trans people, and he's going to sit there and say, nobody cares. Everybody goes outside and nothing matters. Well, dude, that's a nice privileged take for you to say, it doesn't affect me. I don't care. But meanwhile, trans hate crimes and suicide rates are way, way, way up in recent history. But guess what? It's trans people's fault, according to them. Trans people are over 4 times more likely than cisgender people to be victims of violent crimes, according to UCLA School of Law. Transgender hate crime statistics from the FBI show a 587% increase between 2013 and 2019. Increases are also seen in data collected by non-law enforcement agencies as well, with the Human Rights Campaign noting a record 44 transgender people killed in 2020. In 2021, that number rose to 50. I'm so glad for you that you go outside and none of this matters and it's all good. Because jokes are jokes. It's science. It's just science. And then I keep going back. He says it's transgender people's fault, though.
The trans activists are doing this to themselves. You know,
if you weren't so visible, if you weren't always talking and like trying to defend your right to exist, and maybe people wouldn't
shut
hate
up
you so much.
It's like
Jesus,
just shut up, dude. According to National Library of Medicine, the suicide rates among trans people, this should concern everybody. 50%, up to 50% across countries. You think that's fucking funny? You think that's like cool that you're just keep making trans people like the punching bag, the butt of all your fucking jokes? 30 videos, bro. You think that that doesn't have an effect on the millions of fucking like conservative, aggrieved men who watch your videos? You don't think it affects them at all? While 50%, up to 50% of transgender people attempt suicide? That's nice for you. That you walk outside and it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Like, fuck you guys. I know it's all jokes and stuff and being silly and just showing what idiots are, but this is real shit you're doing. Y'all just want views and clicks, but trans people are the butt of your jokes. And 50% of them up to try to kill themselves. That's fucking pretty funny, dude. And yes, I believe in global warming. Whatever that has to do with anything. That's not just in the US. UK also reports crimes against transgender people saw the biggest rise ever over the previous year. 4,355 reports, 56% up. Also, he told me to kill myself. So clearly he doesn't take it seriously at all. This man told me to kill myself. He bleeped the kill because he's a fucking bitch-ass coward loser that won't even say anything with his chest because he's a bitch coward. Told me to kill myself. Why?
Because you were cringy.
Because I was cringy.
Yeah.
Like trans people.
To be fair, you were a little cringy, so.
All right. I guess I know what I got to do.
Maybe he has a point. I don't know. I don't know.
Yep. Pretty cool dude.
Cool guy.
He was going to try to say that he wasn't talking to me when he said kill himself, but like, whatever, bro. Kill yourself. I don't care. I don't know how else I'm supposed to take it.
It was clearly implied.
Yeah, he's talking to me. He's talking about me. He's talking to me. Cool. Cool.
Cool.
Keep putting that out there, bud. You're awesome. Okay, so now these guys have this whole thing about they're the great Hasan defenders. They keep bringing this up. We defended Hasan. Why doesn't he thank us? Why don't they mention it? So I'm bringing this up just to show them I don't fucking care. I'm not ignoring it. You guys are such losers. Watch this.
Part of this is that like a lot of the people that they feature in their commentary are people that like
hold on. You're getting roasted here. If you play Hogwarts Legacy,
Wait.
No. Okay.
You passed on the other one that we were. You a bitch.
You saw that, right?
Let me go back. Did you see? I literally scrolled down looking for any video about Hasan so I could click it and watch it.
Like a lot of the people.
I still don't even see the video they're talking about. Where apparently they.
Wait, let's look carefully.
People that they feature
in
their
I
commentary
don't see it.
Are.
This is the first one I saw and I clicked it.
People that they feature.
Back up
in
the
their
video just a little bit more so we go to the
Just because you watch it just thumbnail.
Part of this is that like a lot of the people that they feature
Where is it?
in their commentary are people that like
hold on.
don't
where is it?
That's
here.
the first one.
Is it even on the screen? Again, what are you
I'm really trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm looking carefully, but I'm not seeing any other one that we skipped.
Again, I'll watch it again, you guys, because they go do a whole big thing about I'm a whole bitch for ignoring
Watch it just thumbnail.
Part of this is that
Do you guys fucking
right at the very beginning there's a top row.
Okay, let's try that. Here, I'm gonna go frame by frame for you guys.
Yeah.
Let's go frame by frame for you guys.
Fucking crazy.
Just because you watch it just thumbnail.
Part of this.
Okay,
right at the beginning.
I don't see it there.
Okay.
Frame by frame for you guys. This is all for you guys. Because I'm a whole ass bitch for skipping it. I don't see it. Still don't see it? Still don't see it?
Yeah, I think we can put that to bed.
I'm not seeing a video about Hasan.
Chad,
allegations.
if we're like missing something obvious, please tell us.
But apparently, I'm a whole ass bitch.
He's saying it so confidently.
So now listen to them.
I'm doubting myself.
This is what they do. They just present stuff as if it happened. But like, what the fuck are you talking about? Here, watch.
Uh-oh.
People that like.
Hold on. You getting
wanna-
roasted here. If you play Hogwarts Legacy,
Wait. You passed on the other one that we were. You a bitch.
You saw that, right?
You a bitch.
That's crazy.
You know what?
The thumbnail.
Like what?
What other ones? What is he talking?
They made a video defending Hasan against a false accusation. They're accusing me of scrolling past it. But in the video, it's not there. It's just not there. So, again, they just... I'm just going to start doing that. Like,
I think
yo, I saw these guys...
It's top right, to be honest.
Wait, is there?
I don't see it.
Part of this
fourth top row.
This is Andrew Tate.
That's the very big... Back up again? There isn't like a row that we already passed?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to...
Here,
give them the
it is.
benefit of the doubt here.
This is where it starts.
No, that's Andrew Tate on the top right.
It says Andrew Tate terminal lung cancer.
Okay.
Part of this is that like
everybody keeps saying fourth video top row. I think you...
Well, if you're going to
lot of
Adam
the people that they
Preach's
feature
actual
in their
channel and you click their latest videos, the one that they did about Hasan and Ethan on Leftovers is top right.
That's not what he's talking about, though.
So
I know. I think everybody thinks that.
the video defending Hasan is 6 months old. Where you're at on their page right now is 2 months ago.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It wasn't on the page. Yeah, you know what?
Multiple people saying top right. I'm very confused.
It looks like
what you're
Hasan, but it's
saying.
Andrew Tate. Is that what they're talking about?
Part of this is
That looks like Hasan in the top right, but it's...
Is that what they're...
It's Andrew Tate.
Seeing?
It's not on the screen. I don't know what to say. It's just not here.
Somebody said, "Oh my bad, bro."
Okay, thank you.
so maybe...
So here they
were
are
confused.
again, making shit up and going on this whole fucking tirade about how much of a bitch I am. You guys are bitches. You guys are fucking liars. And I'm gonna start just making shit up about y'all. Yo, I saw Babel and Reach in a coffee shop, and they were just spitting on trans people, bro. I saw it on YouTube. And so now I'm going to go on a 20-minute tirade about how they spit on trans people.
All these people are apologizing to Hasan in our chat now for confusing him with Andrew Tate.
Yeah, I mean, I thought so first when I looked. But, like, so
maybe
now...
they got confused by that. By
So
their own
now that we have resolved that it's not on the screen, let's watch their reaction.
is that like a lot of the people that they feature in their commentary are people that like
hold on.
don't
You getting
wanna-
roasted here. If you play Hogwarts Legacy,
Wait. You passed on the other one that we were. You a bitch.
You saw that, right?
You a bitch.
Do they lie? Do they just lie? Like, nothing. There's no
Maybe
problem.
they got confused by it too. I don't know. Because apparently a lot of people thought that was Hasan in that thumbnail. So being charitable to them, maybe he saw that and also thought that was Hasan.
I would expect them to know their own channel better.
Yeah, right.
But
Right.
I don't think they think much about the content they make.
Okay.
You passed the thumbnail.
But if you're gonna go on this confident of a rant, I mean, be right at least.
When we defend the dude that's next to you, and you went right to the other. Wow, you a bitch. You are.
Yeah,
that
didn't
didn't
happen.
happen.
It
Yeah,
didn't
that
happen.
didn't happen.
It actually didn't happen. So who's the bitch? Actually, who's the bitch? Reach. Hey, can I hear what's going on inside his head right now? Yeah, just creaks. Just creaks.
Squeaky attic.
Just squeaky.
It's understandable.
Yeah. This is his thought process when accusing me of being a whole bitch. Yeah. That's what I'm feeling.
Yo, it's actually insane how disingenuous this man is.
Okay, so you guys are going to walk this all back, right?
Surely.
You guys are going to apologize and walk this all back? And now you need to call me genuine. You need to call me the most genuine motherfucker you've ever met.
It is actually frightening.
It's actually frightening how disingenuous you liars are.
You can literally see him scrolling as he's lying. It is crazy.
And you calling us a liar?
Yeah.
Also, what did you lie? Even if that video was there, what did you lie about? What is the lie that they're referring to?
They're saying, I don't know.
It's confusing, right? Like,
but I'm calling you guys a liar, yes. And thank you for proving my
Him
point.
scrolling as he's lying. It is crazy.
And you calling us a liar?
You're lying right now.
Bruh.
Don't you see how fucking silly you look right now? Creeks.
This is delusional.
Babylon Creeks.
Yeah, you a bitch. It's like, oh, I got.
That's crazy.
Are you done?
Wait, it is a holster, isn't it? No, he's lifting his arm.
Wait, he's wearing a holster? Stop.
Hold up.
You better stop that silly shit right now, brother.
Wait.
Oh, no, it's a phone case.
It's a phone holster? That's worse.
Bro, that's worse.
What?
Listen, he can wear whatever he wants.
He can wear whatever he wants. Well, except that Rage Against. Oh, it's Sage Against the Machine. Oh, interesting.
Sage.
Look, it's not actually Rage Against the Machine.
Sage Against.
All right, we're gonna issue a retraction right now. You can wear that.
They'd hammer you hard on that.
They will hammer us super hard.
Yeah. So, are you guys done with this lie?
Let's keep watching.
They're bright.
Okay.
They seem bright.
Dude,
so they're obsessed with this notion that they defended Hasan. Here's the context on this Hasan allegation before we continue. Philly D covered it.
So it's
and they showed this too. So we're all on the same page here. So let's watch this.
As far as any of the specifics here, it all appears to start with a Discord message from a streamer by the name of Lavloon back in September, with her saying there, I think Hasan's outrage about everything is really funny because he slept with my friend when she was 17 and he was 24. With a streamer by the name of Chud Logic featuring this message in a stream yesterday, and the clip showing the message gets around. And as of recording, it has over 160,000 views. Now with this, many were pretty skeptical about the allegations because Lavloon apparently has fought with streamers in the past. And then as it started gaining traction, she changed some of the details in her story, saying in a since deleted tweet that the relationship between Hasan and her friend was legal, and saying that her comment was about Hasan allegedly partaking in an adult relationship with a woman 5 years his junior. With her going on to say on Patreon, Hasan Piker slept with my very young friend when he was not so young. It was legal, but he's denounced men publicly for doing much less. I don't care about it and she's never going to come forward, but the fact exists nonetheless, an example of hypocrisy. And adding, let me be clear, she's not coming forward because she doesn't care, because none of this was a big deal. It was legal. I barely cared. Hasan did nothing illegal, probably nothing immoral either. And so unsurprisingly, all of this makes its way back to Hasan, and he responds to the allegations in a stream. And there, saying the woman in question was 19 at the time of their relationship.
Such a ridiculous, slanderous lie. This person makes it.
I think he was 24 at the time or something too. So on its face, in the reporting, it's being debunked. Okay. That we both saw the same video. So now they expect Hasan to get on his fucking knees and kiss the ground they walk on because they defended him. Watch this.
He's not. I don't know. You know what kills me
So
about
they're accusing me of scrolling past that video.
Right.
Ignoring that I guess they defended Hasan.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, hypocritical because I criticized them for defending Fresh and Fit. That's their theory.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just passed through the original video leftovers again, and I don't see it anywhere.
Just to see just to see if it was cut off. That was a good idea.
Yeah, just to see if it was cut off. Or
it's just not
you scrolled for a second.
It's fantastic. I mean, the irony is just fantastic. You're a liar, bro. You called us a liar. Now I'm going to tell a lie about you to prove you wrong.
That's like, he was like, yo, it's so crazy. They defend. No, what we just defended was you making up false accusations or having someone come on who made false accusation and was easily proven to be a liar. Okay, that's what we talked about. The same way when the buddy sitting right across from you, Hasan, was accused by somebody else, even though we don't like him as an individual, we still defended him.
So
Why?
valiant.
Because on principle, the person who was
on principle, we always defend the men.
I was gonna say, yeah, another way to look at it.
That's basically our guiding north light.
Yeah. Lying against him was out here. And I hope that Hasan actually says something about that. Because when he was accused of something, he didn't mind when other people went after that girl and said, yo, she's lying. But then when it's Fresh and Fit, all of a sudden we're evil people for doing the exact same behavior. It's a bit bizarre.
It is a bit bizarre that you make that point. So Hasan, do you find it odd that like it's almost like they're motivated? Like first of all, they covered this story for content. Let's not fucking pretend like you did this altruistically. In the video you watched, Philly D debunked the whole fucking story. Okay? Nobody cares that you defended him. He didn't ask you to defend it. In fact, I'm pretty sure he'd be happy if you didn't talk about it because you're just signal boosting a bogus story. Okay? So why is it that you think he needs to thank you? Is that why you did it? So that he'll thank you? What is this behavior? You know what I mean? What the fuck? You owe me a debt of gratitude, my friend, for talking about this non-story. It's weird.
When it's Fresh and Fit, all of a sudden, he didn't mind when other people, Hasan actually said something about it. Because when he was accused of something, he didn't mind when other people went after that girl and said, yo, she's lying.
Yeah. Okay, dude. Fucking weirdos. Yeah, their default position is just women be lying. I mean, to be real. So, not that surprising. So then they go on and they say the Fresh and Fit accuser, which we'll get into soon, and the Hasan accuser is the same behavior, which
was out here.
Let's take this out.
And I hope that Hasan actually says something about that. Because when he was accused of something, he didn't mind when other people went after that girl and said, yo, she's lying. But then when it's Fresh and Fit, all of a sudden we're evil people for doing the exact same behavior. It's a bit bizarre. But anyways, like I said, y'all live your best lives.
Like I said.
So the girl who accused Hasan, which was basically not even a first-hand account, she said, I have a friend who slept with him when she was underage, but she doesn't want to say anything. Versus a girl's first-hand account of this experience she had with Fit that was vetted beforehand is the same? I mean, this is very telling about how he views women accusers. It is. It's very telling.
But one also would be a crime.
One is a crime,
And one
sleeping
is
with an
a bad
underage
date.
girl, and the other one just called in to share a bad date.
Yeah, no, but both are going against men, so both are bad.
I do think that there's something
real
interesting
bad.
going on here. I mean, not all accusations are created equal.
Right.
But they want it to be that way
Yeah,
because it's
they're-
easier to dismiss
Because
the real ones.
It's way easier to
Women be
talk
lying.
about and dismiss them if they're not thinking about the victims themselves as people. Like, all of these people are going to go and harass this woman who's already dealing with something so personal and so hurtful versus this girl made something up about a friend of hers.
Like, even
it doesn't equal, it doesn't equate.
It's not a first-hand account.
No.
And it's a crime. So, again, it's nice that they have this tendency to be like, women be lying, essentially. So now we're going to get into their defense of Fresh and Fit, okay? And we're actually, I see the end in distance here, Dan, so don't panic.
Good, because apparently I've just learned that DeSantis just had his Twitter space with Elon Musk.
Oh,
well,
that's
that
perfect.
was
That was
man.
Dan's
That's some
Super
juice,
Bowl.
bro. That's my Super Bowl. I know
He
it's
crashed
perfect.
Twitter.
Just
It's like been a disaster.
Has it been?
Yeah. It
could have
crashed
been watching it
multiple times.
live or listening live. or
What
whatever.
happens when two charismatic juggernauts meet?
Two black holes of charisma.
There's just so
They've
much
merged.
charisma.
The black holes have merged.
Hasan has been watching it for the past 2 hours. just
man.
Over and over crashing. I'm sure he's going to have a lot of things to say about it.
So sad.
So anyway, let's. So here's just a little bonus clip before we get into that. I thought you guys would like this. He says that he's implying that I'll play it.
Report it. Let me take it a step further. She'd reported another dude before these two, right? And everybody celebrated her. Go Queen, you're so brave. She told us the details of the story. You know what happened? This is what she claimed happened. She said she went on this date with this dude. They were flirting. They went back to his place.
And then I made like a joke about it. My first video was like, LOL, that one time when like this like LA comedian like kind of forced me to eat his ass when I was like pushing against him. LOL. And it was just like a funny video.
Wait,
and
that
then-
doesn't sound funny. That sounds really extreme.
And this might be a bit fucked up, but like I feel like eating ass has got to be one of the hardest things to force someone to do. I'm not gonna lie.
There was
Oh my
like there was a lot of pressure on my head, and he was like keeping my mouth full and making sure that he was not making eye contact with me, so I couldn't say no. Like it was very weird. I wouldn't say that he raped me, but it was definitely like a very strange situation.
And basically, she was eating them from the back, and then she went home. And
So his thesis is that he knew she was lying when she said he forced me to eat his ass, right? And it's just very much giving me Keemstar, like just close your mouth.
But like I feel
The
like
logic
eating
is
ass has gotta be one of
infallible.
the hardest things to force.
I need to do a drama alert today on the Jake Paul sexual assault allegations.
Or just play the sound, but I don't watch this whole fucking video. You got the just close your mouth?
Do we have
And quite frankly,
we must.
is there really no way to just close your mouth?
Oh, right.
Just close your mouth.
Close your mouth.
It's simple. It's absolutely Irrefutable logic there.
But like, I feel like eating ass has got to be one of the hardest things to force someone to do.
Yep. Therefore, she's lying. She was lying, to be fair, that girl. But the logic is fantastic. So let's move on. Okay, so this girl who called into our show was the subject of really extreme ridicule by them and Fresh and Fit. Now, just as an important atmospheric, here is ABBA talking about how he was on the receiving end of a false allegation when he was in the Army. And I do think this is important atmospheric.
Like when I first joined, they said, don't get involved with female service members. It's very risky. I took that shit to heart. And I had an incident where I never even came in contact with somebody, never physically close to them. And they try to make some story up. Thankfully, there were multiple eyewitnesses that I had, complete strangers, who were there, who vouched for what had happened. But I remember just being so angry about the mud that I got dragged through. It's hard to let go of that kind of anger. When you didn't do something and somebody says you did, it's a tough thing in my stomach. So this is one of those things. I think,
if nothing else, it proves his bias against women accusers, right? I don't know what happened. He says it didn't happen, so fine, whatever. But
I mean, that's understandable what he's saying. If that happened the way that he described, he's falsely accused of something but then was cleared, that would be upsetting, sure.
Right. But what he says here is interesting. It's hard to let that go.
Right.
Which is fair, but it
might have
also
a little bit.
It proves a bias.
You might have a little bit of a bias going into
Yeah, so this
hearing
is this is a good atmospheric, in my opinion. Because at a sense, I go, why are they so anti-women accusers? Like every time. And I guess
it's an interesting insight into the psychology of it.
So here is how they describe that phone call, first of all. And I'm going to try to work through this fast. They say H3 goes after Fresh and Fit with fake Me Too claim. Again, Straw and Man, we never said it was a Me Too. She literally called in to share a bad date. So the way they're framing this is already super fucking dishonest. Fake Me Too. Shut the fuck up, losers.
Now, it's not because she did act like that and that story didn't go unfold. It probably unfolded the way she says it unfolded. But my girl, this is on you. But it's on you, girlfriend.
So Babel and Creeks says that I believe what she said, but it's still your fault. Did you catch that? Let me go back.
It act like that and that story didn't go. The girl's that age. Because of when I was working with.
God damn it.
Does this make sense to anybody listening? And what about the friend? Does the friend just look sitting there like with a gun to her head?
I believed what you said happened.
He believes her.
Happened.
How progressive of him. Nice.
Okay.
Let's wrap it up. Let's say goodbye.
Okay. No.
Because of when I was working with in social services and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. They act like that.
Who's they?
The girls that age. They act like that. They really do. Now, it's not because she did act like that and that story didn't go unfold. It probably unfolded the way she says it unfolded. But my girl, this is on you. But it's on you, girlfriend.
Just to be clear, when you say it happened like that, you're not saying that it was this weird, creepy thing. You're just saying that the girl left with it.
She thought it was creepy and still went with it. That's what I think.
I don't buy that.
So this is fantastic. So he goes, I believe her, but it's still her fault. And then Abba goes, I don't believe her, and it's still her fault.
I think this is a whole fucking lie.
It's a work. It's a job.
This is how dumb this whole thing is. It literally can't be possible for someone to say this goofy shit and it happened the way that they claim. You don't text the guy.
So that's a really nice nuanced take on the situation, you know.
Preach ends up changing his opinion.
He goes, yeah, you're right. She's lying. Yeah. But I love that he said that. He believes her, but it's still her fault. We'll get into the details of that, of course. They say it's her fault she was there. She has privilege.
It's just low budget M. Night Shyamalan. He's been telling you claim, okay, I'm not taking your side. You claim he's pushy. He constantly tells you, he says, I want to bring you back to my place so you can see what I can handle. It's 5 a.m. He picked you up from the club, took you back home, separated you from the girl. Every indication said that y'all was fucking tonight.
And yet, imagine a world where she's still not obligated to fuck him. Crazy, huh?
And then you guys want to say he couldn't read the room. Why the fuck are you there? Oh, but you can't ask that because that's victim. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here, man. That is the most privileged position in the world, where you can walk through life and think you can make the most crazy decisions after being told this is what's going to happen.
Maybe don't date a 19-year-old girl.
Oh my God, what? I didn't catch that the first time I watched this.
Yeah, it's wild.
This is the peak privilege is having the expectation that you can say no to sex.
Okay,
that's a privilege. That's the height of privilege.
Guess
right
what? Guess what happens when you're 35-year-olds and you're famous? People might want to fucking hang out and see what your studio's like and all this kinds of shit. Privileged girl, you should have just fucked him. Let's be real. You owed him.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It really didn't hit me just how
they're awesome. No,
is.
they really are. They got her good. And wait till she sees. Wait till we see what they say she's lying about.
You come back to my place, we gonna make out, we gonna fuck. You just know all this, you show up, you're like, whoa! He tried to fuck me! I know he told me for the last 100 times he was gonna try, but he really tried it!
Okay, there it is. Very nice. Love that. Got me good on that one, eh? Then we're moving on. Here they have a moment where she says something really important, and instead of actually responding, they just laugh. They just laugh. That's their whole response. Check this out.
Right, I'm sorry. I should. Right.
It's okay.
Right. Let's not relive that moment.
So I just pushed him off and I was like, oh, I'm just going to go to the balcony. And he goes, you need mouthwash.
Ew,
I was texting my friend the whole time, and you see me say, like, he just told me to get mouthwash or something.
Here, let me pull up this text. Again, guys, we have receipts. This is fully vetted. Bro, mine just grabbed me to make out, and he goes, get your Listerine. You taste like alcohol. No, he obviously knows you came from the club. He's disgusting.
So I come back in the room, and then I go to the bathroom, like, in the kitchen. He's like, that's not where the mouthwash is. So I was like, oh, okay, where's the mouthwash?
Did I miss something?
Yeah, he got shot again. It sounds like a fucking war, dude.
Oh, that was the soundbite, wasn't it? Holy shit, that fit in so perfectly.
Yeah, fit so well. I thought that was him.
Apparently something really funny happened. But this is their whole response to that part.
I think they're saying because she asked where the mouthwash is that she was into it. That's my interpretation. That's why they're finding this funny.
I mean, again, this is one of their evidence that she's lying, is because a 19-year-old girl who you said is immature, you guys are like, yo, what's with 19-year-old girls, who's been taken to a 35-year-old guy's house, and he goes, yo, you need to take mouthwash. I mean, yeah, she might do the mouthwash, even though she doesn't intend to fuck him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Yeah.
It's not that funny. Actually, it's not funny. They do think so.
We need to fix things. We need to fix things.
They don't even verbalize that.
Bro.
You need to fix the floor, man.
Wait, yeah, he was looking down the floor. Maybe
you were so close to getting the truth.
Oh man,
you've got the drill.
You got the drill right there. Tighten up those screws.
Oh well, can I get an insight into Reach's thought process on that one? Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's thinking hard. He's thinking hard, but nothing happens. So that's their whole response, and that's
it. Okay.
That's all they said about it.
It's self-evident.
That's it. We need to fix this. Excellent. ABBA's conclusion here is this. And now let me remind you, this is their reaction before Fresh and Fit ever put out quote receipts or anything. This is just their snap judgment. This is just straight up be like, she's lying.
And again, how do you watch any of this as somebody that doesn't like Fresh and Fit and have made fun of them and criticized them in the past and not see this as a story that's confirming your suspicion that Myron is a fucking loser? Like, he has no game. This girl didn't want to sleep with him. He's doing all these things.
She has fucking
there was a lot to take from this other than, oh, this fucking bitch is a liar. You know what I mean?
She said she found a stash of Plan B in the bathroom.
Yeah, this is psycho, dude.
That's
like, what
crazy.
the fuck?
But you all know, because they're, again.
And again, they call it a Me Too thing. It's just like, all that happened, right, is that you, at one point, said, that sounds like that might be assault. And she said, no, I don't see it that way.
I'm going to show that coming up when we watch the second video.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's straw and man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like nobody says fucking crazy. And their whole thing is like that I'm trying to persuade her consistently to say it's essay. There was one brief moment where she said he lifted up her top. And I was like, yo, that sounds fucked up.
You came to his place at 5 a.m., okay? Made the most mixed signals I've ever seen. And by all indications, it looked like you guys were going to fuck. Then you said no
How
last
old are
minute.
these guys?
They're like 33 and I forget let me see the other one. Yeah, they're both
Them
in, the
in their
30s.
30s dissecting the social like implications of the way a 19-year-old girl is like showing her interest is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
33 and 39.
It's so embarrassing.
And they again, he's such a coward, right? He spells it me too. I'm assuming intentionally wrong because he's like being a little baby. It's like, I'm not going to actually say me too in case YouTube thinks it's naughty.
At their
bitch
big
loser.
age, you would think that they know that someone wants to have sex with them if someone tells them that they want to have sex with them.
They don't know that.
Yeah, they don't. And it's embarrassing.
They are straight up default position women are lying.
Yeah.
And despite their mortal enemies, fresh and fit, they're ready to ride. Based on nothing, you know? Really. Just based on a feeling. And apparently they have this fetish for shitting on me too, because they defended Crowder. So this is like right up there. I guess they hate me more than Fresh and Fit. I don't know.
I mean, shit.
I don't know. Yeah.
Really?
Okay. You want to leave? Okay. Give me a ride. No. Why does he owe you that? You could say he's an asshole. You could say it's a douchey thing. We agree. Why is this a YouTube video?
And actually,
who gives a fuck if the man is douchey? Why is this a YouTube video? The reason why you're airing this out is
She
to
didn't
paint
make
him
any
as some kind of
accusations.
fucking-
That's the again.
Like you
That's
said, who cares if a man is douchey? I
it's
mean,
straw
that's
and man. That's the whole thrust of all the fucking videos
that's
you've
like
done on them,
all of your
moron.
content is like
This guy's a
slamming on
douche.
people. Yeah.
Weren't you the guy who's like, it's not that serious. We're just beefing. What the fuck is your point? There's no consistency to anything you say. You guys are phony as fuck. You pander to your audience. You have no convictions, right?
Yep.
That's all you are. And you lie all the time, too, which I've proven, by the way. Either intentionally or not, just from straight up fucking negligence and ignorance.
Predator. That's why you're doing this.
So basically,
let's be honest. The reason why this is being framed this way, okay? This is a regular encounter where the dude's mad they're not getting laid and he says leave. Who cares? He was just a dick.
Yeah, that's why she called.
That's yeah.
That was the why she called.
He's somebody prone on the internet that we beef with. So
And we thought it
we
was
were
funny
interested.
that he had a horde of Plan B in his fucking drawer.
Yeah. That I mean, come on.
That's awesome.
They really want to try and say that that's not.
Well, they didn't bring that
incredible
up.
to learn about.
They didn't bring
Myron.
that up. Of course they didn't bring
He
that
has a
up.
drawer of Plan B.
That means he's planning on nutting in multiple women with no protection. That's pretty wild.
Like in the near future.
Right, because that shit probably goes bad after a minute. Imagine a single dude. Imagine Myron. He goes to a pharmacy. Yo, can I get 5 Plan B, please? That's
Play a fucking Halo.
I mean, that's funny. Okay, I'm sorry y'all don't think so, but apparently jokes are jokes and global warming is real. I don't know.
No bitch want to take
Something
you.
about global warming. Do you guys see how phony you are? I hope I'm getting through to you. I'm not.
Nah.
I know exactly what they're going to do in response, and I don't care. They're not. It's not going to get through to them. They're going to try to they'll take everything, straw man it, and like everything they've already been doing.
Be
They
some
will.
laughing, walking off screen.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, there is, at least in the past, I don't know, but somewhat of an overlap in our audiences. And in the times in the past that you've mentioned these guys being annoying to you or whatever, I do see some feedbacks like, no, don't fight. I like both you guys or whatever. So maybe we're at least clarifying to some other people in our audience why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
we're
like
not
their,
fans.
I would come across their videos doing research. I like their videos a lot.
I did.
When
The
I would
first
see-
time I ever
yeah.
saw them was a video of them viciously roasting Fresh and Fit.
Right.
Which
Yeah,
is
it
what
was
makes this
great.
all so ironic. And he's like, the statement, why is this a YouTube video? Oh, he's a douche, who cares? I mean, you've made that video.
Right.
You've made that video
dude.
like 200 times.
Yeah.
The video that turned me off from them is the Crowder video. When I first saw that, I was in shock. I'm like, what is going on?
Right.
Because it's just so reaching.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
But like, I feel like eating ass has got to be one of the hardest things to force someone to do.
Yeah. 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 And then play the Keemstar one.
Close your mouth.
Right. Good points all around.
He acted like it. Who cares?
And the funny thing is that actually, when you actually verbalize the no, he stopped. You have no story.
Yeah, and she never claimed that he did that. She never fucking claimed it. You jokes. You frauds. Your default position is fuck women. Don't you see that? All right, moving on to the second video. So now that Fresh and Fit did a podcast where they showed all the receipts proving she's a liar. And then they did a second video called We Were Right, She's Lying or some shit like that. So here's an example of what they use to prove she's lying. They keep saying it. She's a liar. People need to know who she is. Here's her name. Here's her face. They show text messages that implied that he didn't try to separate them. She claimed that. The club was only 1 mile away, and she said she was stranded. She was wearing Fresh and Fit merch, and she was suggesting ideas for sound drops for the show. That she was already drinking when she arrived there, and that is basically proof that she's a liar and needs to be doxxed and harassed. Interestingly, though, Myron, in his video trying to defend himself, confirms the worst part of her story. Okay? You guys are going to love this.
It's a 6-hour podcast, by the way.
Holy shit.
Yep.
How could they have
God
that
bless
much?
you for fucking scrumming through that, baby. Jesus.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at 3, so we're halfway there.
I mean, that's still a far cry, man. 3 is a big difference from 6. We'll see how early we... I think we're actually almost done. Context. So here's what they're saying here. Let's take a look.
And so I'm like, I have my hands like on him where it's like, I don't want him like laying on me like intimately. So I'm just holding my hands up and I'm like, no. I'm like, this was about like max a minute long. And I was wearing like this shirt and it's like a very loose shirt, whatever. And he basically lifts up the shirt and made a comment. And then I was like, I'm done. I'm over this. Like, and
Wait,
I
he
said
lifted
to him,
up your shirt and kind of looked at underneath it and commented?
Yeah, my chest. Cause I have piercings.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you said what?
No, I said I have piercings, so he made a comment on it.
Oh, okay.
And it was very creepy.
Myron's laughing right now because he remembers.
So I don't want to...
No, it was not creepy. She's mad because I basically made a joke about her titties being lopsided. Whatever.
So, what he's effectively done is admit that he did lift up her shirt and look at her titties. Now, if somebody does that without your consent, what is that? That's cool? You can't see why I was visibly bothered by that fact, which I didn't know going in. Y'all don't think that that's a little bit strange? Oh, but they're thinking,
yeah. She pushed back on, said I didn't feel like it was assault, and he said, okay, fair enough. But
and they used that against her.
I feel like it's understandable for you to hear that detail, and you're having a conversation to ask that. You didn't say that's assault. You said that kind of sounds like assault.
I mean, I don't know.
It does kind of sound like that.
Yeah.
And then she said, no, I don't think it was. And then, okay.
Right. And
that's
then
it.
Myron goes, yeah, it happened. And I made fun of her lopsided titties too.
Jesus.
Insane.
Okay. And so their whole thrust is Ethan's a giant piece of shit. He was trying to get her to say it's essay the whole time. Total lie. Total fucking lie.
It is what it fucking is, man. All right? There you go.
And by the way, this is in Abin Preach's video. So they saw this.
Okay.
And they go, oh, that's fucked up. You shouldn't talk about her body. It's like,
Abin Preach say that?
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but they're missing the fucking point. They spent the whole time calling her a liar. And then when he admits to doing the worst thing, they don't see it for what it is. They spent 2 videos calling me and her liars, that we were intentionally orchestrating a fake Me Too. It's insane. It's insanely disingenuous.
Here they say Ethan implied repeatedly it's essay. Let's check it out.
In this narrative, even though she said, "Oh, I don't think he did a crime or whatever." Listen, the way you said this story, the way that you guys have framed it, the fact that Ethan keeps implying it, the fact that most of the people in the comments
It was one time. It was literally one time.
said that's what he did. We all understand what you're framing, okay? You can't say, "I didn't say he did that crime," but you're like, "Oh yeah. Well, you know, he did grab a knife and then put it inside me. Oh, so he stabbed you."
I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying he stabbed me. I'm just saying, like, you know, I was uncomfortable. What?
Yeah, what?
Okay.
I agree.
But she said he lifted my top.
Yeah.
Right. What was the analogy that he made?
He's giving a completely, it doesn't fit with
Would you
the
say
given circumstances at all.
Would you say extreme? Because he's criticized Ethan for extreme examples, extreme analogies.
Oh, right.
I would never do that.
I would never compare everything to Adolf Hitler at every opportunity.
We all
Or
understand the
ISIS.
implication.
ISIS, I mean, those are powerful analogies. They work good.
So what's being said? That doesn't mean that this dude's not a loser. Okay? That doesn't mean that this dude is not a goober. Okay?
Right.
Who doesn't
But
know
it
how to
does mean
act
she
with-
lifted up, he lifted up her shirt and she was very uncomfortable
Does that
by
not
it.
sound bad? Their take is she was there at 5 a.m. She should have fucked him. So if he lifted up her shirt and made fun of her lopsided titties, then that's on her.
Making fun of her tits is not the problem. Like, yeah, that sucks and that's horrible and you shouldn't have done that and he's an asshole. He shouldn't have lifted up her shirt. That's fucking crazy.
He didn't dispute that, you notice.
Right. No, he didn't.
he
And they
was
didn't
like-
they didn't have anything to say about
He
that.
was laughing and smiling, saying that should happen.
Right.
And I'm proud of it.
Right.
And how old is Fit again?
35, and she was 19.
Cool.
All of these men making these horrible arguments are so
Yeah.
old and so embarrassing.
As a side note, to add on to what Dan was saying about their response video, Fresh and Fit, you really see what fucking losers they are. Like, I don't know how any of these incels believe them. He had an exchange with this girl, this 19-year-old, for about, I think it was like a month, going back and forth, trying to hook up with her. For one 19-year-old girl, he was like he was trying
invested.
so hard. Yeah.
I don't think he's,
Maybe that plan B isn't getting any use.
And I think the plan, I
It's all
think the
just
plan
sitting
B,
there.
I think the plan B is an incel flex. I think he just has to be, oh yeah, give these bitches plan B. When really,
the only time I've ever seen a bowl of Plan B is at school in the health center on the weekends. They would
No,
leave
it's
it on the
psychotic.
counter.
Goddamn, girl, what's
I don't
going on?
understand.
It's like,
what school are you at?
He's like, yeah, I practice unsafe sex. What about it? So, like, you can see how in their desperate attempt to not believe any women, right? Their default position is women be lying. They're wrapping themselves into a pretzel.
Right.
I can see it. Their audience can't because they don't show them everything. They're fucking liars. Yeah. And they hate, and I genuinely think that they just, women be lying and shopping.
people. Who gets see, man, you kidding? Who does that? Losers.
Yeah, so he's upset about it, but apparently I wasn't worth talking about. Why did it happen? Why did it happen? Why did we make that video? Yeah, he's
That's
upset
what it
by
comes
this.
down to.
There's no consistency.
He had no interest of courting her, which, hey, all the power to you. You don't have to do that, okay? My point being...
I think Reach was going to make a point. What was he thinking about? Right.
Right.
I can understand his thought process. Very good. So there they go. They keep, and now every time they bring up this story, it gets worse and worse. Check this out. They bring it up in a later video, and now they
All of a sudden
characterize
we
it like this.
Turned to leave. You want to know why we did it? Because, Ethan, what you did was so goddamn fucking stupid. You brought on some young teenager to come tell salacious lies about another man just because you dislike them so much, you're willing to allow someone to come on and tell disparaging lies just to get back at them. You lack so much character that you bring on a fucking liar, try to encourage her to say that she was somehow like...
Bad. This is very bad. Right. These are the dudes who don't care about internet beef, by the way. It's cringy to them. I think they triggered.
Also, they're lying about someone lying right now because they don't like you.
Right. True. Quick, pop off. Hey, you know what? Feminist loser, pipe down.
Right, you're right. I'm too loud.
Hit the button.
She's the
Quiet,
loser
please.
feminist researcher who spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research, okay?
I've assaulted you. I mean, at this point,
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that, but like, again, like.
that was the entirety.
That's it.
That was it.
I'm gonna let you make your assumption.
Right? Just because you hate somebody. That's how twisted you are in your head. And you got the audacity.
It's really
to
not
call
that
us
big of a
defend-
stretch. Let's be fucking real. Like, what, again, that clip that they showed, based off of what she described, I don't think it's that big of a stretch for you to ask that question.
Not at all.
And again, she pushed
What would
back
you
and we
call
moved
it?
on. It's
Well,
like
I'd like to ask them.
they're making
what-
such a fucking big deal out of it. I don't get
Well,
it.
they made it sound like I came here with the intent to persuade her to accuse them of some crime.
Right.
Now, I ask you guys, what do you call it if somebody lifts up somebody's top to expose their breasts without their permission? Is that just a joke? Or is she just, he's entitled to do whatever he wants to her because it's 5 a.m.? And why is she there? Like, genuinely, if it's that crazy of a statement, you tell me what you think someone lifting their top is against their consent. He admitted to that, by the way. So don't even try to fucking say she's lying. Because he just laughed and smiled and said, yeah, that fucking happened. So go ahead and tell me. Please. I'm dying to know.
No, it's not that we're defenders. You're just so fucking unethical that we saw that shit. We said, damn, we gotta defend these niggas. We saw.
And then I go to the bathroom, like in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that.
Women be lying.
You made a choice.
Women be lying. You made one before they put out the receipts, okay, and after. One based on feelings, and then one based on some really fucking stupid shit, and including them admitting to the worst part.
And he's like, that's not where the mouthwash is. So I was like, oh, okay, where's the mouthwash?
Oh, yeah, so we saw this. So there they are, building the mythology of this girl lying and me somehow trying to get her to do fake Me Too stuff. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. But here, this gets really interesting, okay? Again, this is in the same vein as like the bottom controversy. They think that, I don't know what they're trying to do, but this is good.
Okay? And Ethan, you might wish that somebody did the same for you. Because I remember very recently you were in some kind of little scandal where people were claiming that you guys were mistreating your employees and left a bunch of reviews. And you said, these are all false. These are all false. Well, guess what? Guess what? Why don't we believe the people who claim that you did something wrong? You want to know why? Because we require evidence. Proof that people are telling the truth.
How about him admitting it happened?
How about him saying, yeah,
okay,
I did
no,
that,
but
and then
like,
laughing?
I love that he thinks that leaving an online review is equal to an assault allegation, which she didn't do, by the way, right? But I just want to say,
it didn't really happen. Again, like there wasn't really an allegation.
All
there was a
YouTube drama.
question.
Yeah, it's all YouTube drama. It's all created.
But
equal
even
for
based,
them.
he's
It's
saying
all videos.
based on his logic, even it doesn't make no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm not addressing.
but they're, again, it's like they're just trying to bring up dirt to be like, look at this fucking guy. But leaving a review on a website that anyone can leave a review on is the same in their minds as a woman making an accusation. And again, they continue to group them all up. All accusations are created equal so that they can all women be lying. I mean, this is the end of the day. It's the same as leaving a fake Glassdoor review.
Somebody did the same for you. Because I remember very recently you were in some kind of little scandal where people were claiming that you guys were mistreating your employees and left a bunch of reviews. And you said, these are all false. These are all false. Well, guess what? Guess what? Why don't we believe the people who claim that you did something wrong?
Go ahead.
Do whatever you want, bro.
Do whatever you want.
I said what I said, and I mean, it's not like I was like, well, to be fair, this person's 100% telling the truth.
Right.
Which
That
is
would
what
be
Fit did.
Right.
Yeah, this person said that we made them work in cages. Well, we do that, but it's funny.
But the rest of this is bullshit.
Yeah, it's all bullshit. You fucking clowns. You are a clown.
I hope they never have daughters.
Well, fate has a cruel way of making sure that dudes who shouldn't have daughters, and you know, dudes who shouldn't have sons. I found that to be true. It's interesting. So, okay, now here's they have gone out and said this girl is lying, right? She's a liar. Fake Me Too claim, proof she's lying. Where's the evidence?
We brushed over this lap.
This is a hit piece. And that's exactly what the fuck I told you. That there's girls that act exactly like that. I said that. That's what I meant. That age,
will go and do that for ego because they need to prove some fucking shit. That was 100% ego.
Right.
Just to prove something. Oh, you think you're good? You think you're good? Perfect. That's a hit piece. Now,
Until you put her face and name out.
Right.
And said, go harass her.
this kind of behavior does not show whenever they say that, you know what, it's only 10% of claims that are false claim. This is a false claim, but it's not reported.
So now they're using this to make the larger argument that it's reported that there's only between like 5 and 10% false claims. So they're saying, no, it's actually way, way, way higher because this girl lied about
Myron.
About her drinking before she went there or something.
Of claims that are false claim. This is a false claim.
It's not. It's not a claim.
But it's not reported because Fresh or Fit are not going to report that shit.
It's not a claim. That's why it wasn't reported.
But things like that happen because they feel ashamed, because it's pride, because of whatever, whatnot.
So there it is. This is mask off. Women create false allegations in mass, way more than you would expect because they're embarrassed.
And for ego.
Because they're ashamed, for ego.
Yeah.
You cannot put it in any clearer sense.
It really is, yeah. That's a Fresh and Fit take.
It's
like you said.
They are exactly.
It's like really not that far off. I'm muted.
I can't hear you. Use Olivia's mic.
Back
off, feminist loser.
Yeah, excuse me, loser. Fresh and Fit, their video is when hashtag believe all women goes wrong.
That's
just to add on to that.
Oh, there.
And in the description it says save a man's life with this video. Share it,
Save a man's life. Myron was going to be, his life was destroyed by
a
the
bad
story
girl
of him
saying he's
being
a bad
cringy.
date.
Yeah. Completely
I just can't get
destroyed.
over how old they are and how young she is.
Yeah, but they are fresh and fit. That's what's interesting. And this is just misogynistic, just fucking trash. Just trash. They go, the studies say 5 to 10%. I don't believe it though, because of this story. It's obviously way, way higher than that.
You have to believe all the science. If you
Do you believe in global climate change?
you believe in global warming, if so, you have to believe.
You're
those
refuted,
figures.
bro. I'm sorry.
They need to prove a point because they dislike someone.
They also have a take about, oh, believe all women is bullshit. I don't know if I timestamped it, but I remember seeing that.
Someone will do that. Will do that.
Women will do that.
Just because I dislike to do something.
Women be lying. Women be trying to ruin men's lives. It's just what they do.
I'm going to go out of my way to lie.
I don't like him, so I'm just going to go lie about him assaulting me.
That is such an insanely hurtful thing to say about any woman ever. It's a very humiliating experience to go through something like that, and for anyone to assume that like someone claiming being a victim or surviving something is them like wanting to boost their ego is so incredibly wrong and uninformed that like you 1,000,000% should not be making content about this because you're teaching young men who don't know anything about this, and then you're telling young women to not talk to each other, to not talk to anyone, to not tell anyone that something happened because idiots like you, old ass idiots like you, will say, no, young girls act like that, young girls act like that.
Women
When
be
really what's
lying.
happening is that a young girl is dealing...
19-year-old.
Yeah, a 19-year-old.
Was tried to get picked up by a 35-year-old.
Yep.
And you know what? You sound like a feminist loser, though, if
Yeah.
I'm just going to interject.
I do.
If
I
you don't
do.
know who
I'll say it
Olivia is,
again.
She's the loser feminist researcher who
Yeah.
spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research. Okay.
Sorry, guys. I'll take it back.
Yep. Reel it back in.
Yep.
This is who they are. This is what I'm trying to say. They're not better. They are fresh and fit, just with a nicer veneer.
Yeah. Like
to create
a degree of charisma.
Yeah,
which,
exactly.
Yeah, Fresh and Fit are
Not
completely
incel.
devoid
They
of.
they're not like,
Yeah, but the underlying beliefs are indistinguishable. So
She told us she was crying when she left. It was a difficult. She felt humiliated. So they're more concerned with 35-year-old Myron's.
Yeah, being exposed as being kind of cringe. Because again, that's pretty much the extent of the accusation.
So pathetic you guys are. So unserious. So pathetic. It's awesome.
A whole story to do that, but it's not gonna be reported. Why? Because guys shut the fuck up about that shit.
Uh-huh.
So when
men don't be lying. Women, they do be lying. Men are cool. They don't talk shit. Women, they lie. You know?
whenever you come and talk to me about false claims that are reported as only that, shut the fuck up about that shit because that shit is not real.
Yeah.
That is not real.
Preach, literally. Back up the science on that one, please. Hey, Zach, can I hear the science on that one?
Fucking dumbass, dude.
That's convincing. Yeah.
I just want to appreciate something. We glanced over this last time, but just think of how manipulative and how much of a fucking loser you have to be to despise someone, go out of your way to interact with this person so you can then afterwards reject them. So you want to lead somebody on.
Talking about a 19-year-old girl who, this 35-year-old fucking loser whose whole persona is that he's the slick alpha women destroyer. He spent a month trying to fuck this girl, and then he got rejected. And somehow it's on her. Now, what's Bab or Reach is the squeaky guy, squeaky head.
Preach.
Squeaky brain.
Right.
He was just going on and on about how he believed her because 19-year-olds are lame. Okay, dude.
Pretend you have interest so you can be like, you fucking loser. You wanted me? Get out of here. I would never. How much of a loser you have to be to go out of your way to spend time with people you apparently dislike.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good question. You should really wonder about the adult who's participating.
Right.
So let's see. That I thought was pretty good. Now, when we're talking about the lies that she's told, again, they're taking this for granted. She is a fucking liar. They say it in the title, say it repeated in the videos, despite Myron admitting to the worst part. Here is my favorite slam dunk on
And
her.
so this is the second part. This is the part that made me laugh. So remember, she's like, I don't know how to get home, all this other stuff. Like, I feel stranded.
I'm going to show y'all how lazy and entitled these girls are and how close they...
Coconuts, I see, is really...
He's engaged.
He's right there with you, brother.
Really He's trying to keep up. He's doing his best. He's doing his best.
We need a Coconuts and Squeak podcast. They just silently stare at each other.
They just nod a lot.
That's awesome.
Penetration.
That whole podcast is you and Gabe having a stare off.
Right.
Fridays.
More. There might be more insightful comments from that one than the regular. You want to do it, Dan?
Yeah.
Here's a preview of Coconuts and Squeak. You got me.
Nice.
You got me.
They actually were where they could have went ahead and gotten it themselves. Bureau of Prisons down in Miami. You guys want to see how fucking lazy these chicks are? 1 mile.
If you don't get the fuck out of here.
1 mile.
My girl.
1 mile.
Whoa, wow.
1 mile.
Got him.
Everybody got data on their phone.
Women be lying.
Punch in the GPS, boom, you gone. I'm stranded. You getting
Women be
after
lying.
these dudes to get your keys back. They're 1 mile away. Do you know how entitled and fucking lazy you have to be to forget some shit after you get a ride from somebody and to demand that they come deliver it to you? They're 1 mile away. But anyways, let's keep playing.
Okay, slam dunk. Let's be honest about this. It's 5 a.m. That 1 mile walk is 26 minutes. We pulled up the route that he showed. Here's what he showed on his show. This route takes you through downtown metropolis, Miami. 5 a.m., 26 minutes. Probably wearing heels because she was out clubbing. Now, is this a walk that you would recommend somebody, or at least
get off your entitled ass and walk through?
Not. At least don't act like it's crazy. that you know, would you want your sister or mom to take this walk? Would you call her entitled?
Hell no.
At least don't act like it's crazy though.
Get your
And then they
fucking
go,
ass up and work.
and then, you know, she could have bought an Uber, or I guess she did ultimately get her own Uber. But again, let's be real. 5 a.m., girl by herself, and dressed to go clubbing and all that. I mean, it's still a little sketch. It's still a
Definitely.
little bit sketch to call an Uber at 5 a.m. downtown Miami. I'm sorry, it is. So y'all really, once again, showing the privilege that you have, saying, no, this bitch needs to walk or call an Uber. It's 5 a.m. Walk through downtown Miami. It's only 1 mile. It's 1.4 miles, but whatever. Through downtown Miami at 5 a.m. because she didn't fuck him.
Yeah.
We got some fans in the chat who live in Miami that are confirming our suspicion.
Definitely.
Oh, right. AB
Yeah, I used to live in
there.
Florida. Yeah,
Right.
hell no. I ain't walking down anywhere in Miami at 5 a.m. by myself. My ass is going to get groped walking down
Well,
there.
you
Seriously.
are cute.
Thank you.
I don't think that's why people get groped, though.
Yeah.
But you are cute.
Might help.
In your case.
Yeah.
So, again, this is their big slam dunk. This is the type of evidence that they're presenting as proof that she's a liar, right? This is what they're showing. Isn't that great? Yeah, it's awesome. Here's he goes on. People lie. Women be lying.
This is incredibly bad. No. And I think content creators have to be more responsible when they're platforming these people. Not to just do this whole fucking bullshit of like, believe women. No. 'Cause guess what?
That's what I do. Believe women.
Chat's pointing out that also she was drinking that night, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, drunk girl
Let her
by
walk.
herself, 5
She didn't
a.m.
put out. Let her walk.
Let her walk.
Oh, let her walk. At least don't act like it's crazy that she asked for a ride. You know what I mean? Don't fucking pretend that you would want your mom or sister or any female woman in your life to do that. You liars, you cowards. Privileged. They'd be like, I would do it. Okay. Very, very empathetic.
People lie.
They're liars.
Men lie, women lie, everybody fucking lies. Don't just
Women be lying.
inherently believe people. Because when it's going to be your turn.
Why does it lie?
And you be like, that's some bullshit. You're going to wish some people actually had some scrutiny for the people who are accusing you.
You made me defend this dude.
They really thought, again, he really thought he was doing something. They set this up, you know, Babble or whatever the fuck. He had the exit frame for Squeaky Brain.
For the people who are accusing you.
You made me defend this dude.
I did not, man. You did that.
No, you did that yourself.
I'm sorry, bro, but you did that.
You made that. You were given all of the information and you made that choice yourself.
You did that, brother. I'm sorry, man. I wouldn't want to defend them either. It's embarrassing.
Yep.
And frankly, it does look bad. Very bad. Actually, really gross.
It looks very bad that they're defending him just because they don't like you.
Interesting theory.
I think I've heard that argument.
Although they also don't like women.
Right. Yes.
Women
Two
accusers.
enemies. Ethan and
Yes.
Ethan and women.
Yeah, so 2 is more than 1.
No. At the end of the day, what we defended was the principle. It's like, if you lied, you lied.
Yeah, you lied.
I don't care if it lies against somebody I don't like.
Again, their proof, she should have walked. It's awesome. So there that is. Sorry that I made you do that. I know it is very embarrassing. And then now let's remember through all the crazy shit they said about her. And I didn't even show. I showed a scratch of it. They have been dogging her and saying the worst things imaginable. Now, after all that, in this thumbnail, her face is blown the fuck up. Half the thumbnail is just a straight up shot of her face. And then Squeaky Brain Reach says this.
You could have just said.
Wait, what does he say? No, not that. He actually verbalized this.
That. You could have just said that.
He talks like that.
And even if he said that, he made a comment about your boobies. Was it worth all the lie? All of that? Now you just look stupid, Danielle.
Yeah.
I'm saying your name because motherfuckers have to know your name. The same way you try to frame a motherfucker like that, people need to know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Just so they know that you're a piece of shit.
You want to frame them as a piece of shit, but the biggest piece of shit in this story is you.
Yep.
It's you.
I mean, do you even need to say anything? Honestly. And again, I have to emphasize, Myron admit to the worst part of this story on video that you guys watched. And here you are saying, here's her name, here's what she looks like. People need to know who you are, explicitly saying that with malice. People need to know. He said, go fuck with this girl. Now, I'm the doxer who needs to be banned on YouTube. You guys are fucking monsters for this. I don't think they understand how insane, how fucked up this is. It's vile. Vile. Here they go. And you know how we keep saying, like, she was 19, he's 35?
Mm-hmm.
They don't think that's a valid excuse.
Because people keep mentioning the age. Listen, I think young women are annoying as fuck. I never want to be around them. If they come around me, I'm always disgusted.
Do you think
Disgusted.
he's trying to convince us he doesn't like young girls just a little too hard? It's like
I don't like them are annoying.
They're annoying as
I never
fuck.
want to be around them.
I don't want
If
to
they
be
come
around
I'm
them.
always
He's like
disgusted.
angry.
It's like chill.
Disgusting.
My God, all young women you hate?
They're
They
disgusting.
disgust you?
It's like, whoa.
What the fuck is your
I
problem?
know. Whoa. Hold on. There's something going on here,
Yeah,
dude.
look at the rage. Look at his face.
Yeah, no, there's something going on here.
It's really important, this whole thing, because people keep mentioning the age. Listen, I think young women are annoying as fuck. I never want to be around them. If they come around me, I'm always disgusted. I don't like being around them, okay? There's
Chill.
nothing appealing.
Ew.
But I also...
He's like, yeah, my little sister, my little cousin, I fucking
Fucking
hate them.
hate
They're
'em.
Disgusting.
Cool, I'd never want
I
to
love
talk to you
I love
either.
dudes. Dudes of all ages are dope. Love them all.
Yeah.
What's your argument?
Interesting take by Prager.
Accept that they're adults. They may not be the most mature adults, but they are adults. And if they want to go and fuck whoever they want, that's it. And if you got a problem with that, that's cool.
Or not fuck whoever they want.
That's a problem.
We're not acknowledging that as
That's
a
a
right.
problem.
No.
You can say they're not mature enough. Their prefrontal cortex doesn't develop to the 25. Fine. But then change, and you have to keep the same energy for changing the age of consent to 25 in all categories. They can't vote till they're 25. They can't do OnlyFans until they're 25. They can't take student loans till 25. They're really not an adult,
16
and they
is the
can't do
age of
anything with their
consent.
parents without their parents' consent till they're 25. That's the standard we have to set. If you want to say they're too fucking baby to choose who they want to fuck,
or not
then
fuck.
you have to keep it consistent across the board. Until you do that, I don't want to hear nothing about that. That's my
So that's how he.
Go ahead.
No, we're good.
All right, let's know.
Got it. Nailed it. So his theory is, if you think the fact that a 35-year-old man is trying to fuck a 19-year-old and then complaining that she's immature, that if you want to bring up the age difference, then you gotta raise the age to vote to 25, age of consent to 25, drink alcohol at 25. That's brilliant. That's fucking brilliant.
They're just trying desperately to have a say in this conversation that they don't.
How old
Sounds
are
like
you,
they
Olivia?
like drama.
I'm 23.
So please, hold
You're
off
right.
for 2 more
I
years.
need to
You
shut
gotta
up.
please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You
need
don't
your
know
I'm gonna
Olivia,
need your
she's
driver's
a
license.
feminist researcher who spends all her day on Reddit boards and things.
Actually, Olivia, walk home, please.
You know what? Okay. I deserve it.
That's it. We reached the end. So in conclusion, these guys who present themselves as holier than thou, better than, are honestly as bad, and in some cases worse, because I see them serving as a gateway into this really toxic manosphere, transphobic, misogynistic, women be lying type of thing. They are fresh and fit. They think they're better, but they're not. They're just a little smarter and a little squeakier. Go ahead, Zach. Now, I doubt any of this will get through to them. They're going to do anything they can to avoid actually engaging honestly and thoughtfully with anything we've said. The one thing I would like to at least see them apologize and correct on is when they go, he went on that long-ass fucking monologue about me avoiding the Hasan video. He says, I've missed the Hasan video. That was a lie. So I need an apology for that. And also about the whole homophobia rant when I didn't say anything about gay and you went on a whole 5-minute monologue about that. I would like an apology and correction for that one as well. And I think you should apologize to the girl you doxed and put her face and name out there based on the fact that she didn't want to walk. Based on the fact, let's see, they showed text message saying that that they didn't try to separate them. The club was only 1 mile away. She was wearing Fresh and Fit merch and suggested a sound drop for the show. That she had already been drinking when she arrived. That, you need to apologize. That's your evidence for saying she's lying.
And so I'm like, I have my hands like on him where it's like, I don't want him like laying on me like, intimately, so I'm just holding my hands up. And I'm like, no. Like, this was about like max a minute long. And I was wearing like this shirt and it's like a very loose shirt, whatever. And he basically lifts up the shirt and made a comment. And then I was like, I'm done. I'm over this. Like, and
Wait,
I
he
said to
lifted
him,
up your shirt and kind of looked at underneath it and commented?
Yeah, my chest. Because I have piercings.
I'm sorry, you said what?
No, I said I have piercings, so he made a comment on it.
Oh, okay.
He's loving it.
And it was very creepy.
He's like, yeah, I did that shit.
I don't want to...
No, it was not creepy. She's mad because I basically made a joke about her titties being lopsided. Whatever.
There you go. That's your boy. Good job. I made you defend this man. I'm so sorry about that.
Well, he said it wasn't creepy.
No, it wasn't creepy. Yeah.
Never mind.
And by the way, just one thing for the road. Next time next time you laugh in response to being accused of transphobic, just pull this video up.
So I've been
we're going to sign off
from
with
an
this.
event. Now the organizer told me it was about a video I did about trans people, and knowing our catalog, we've only done 2 videos about trans people.
A few moments later.
The trans person. The trans sports.
Okay, hold on. Just fade me out. Yeah, I want to just show it full screen. Yeah. Okay.
So I've been banned from an event. Now the organizer told me it was about a video I did about trans people, and knowing our catalog, we've only done 2 videos about trans people.
A few moments later.
The trans person. The trans sports.
Transgender stuff. The trans women.
Trans people.
Trans. You're trans people.
It's trans.
Yeah.
Trans people.
Trans women.
Trans.
Trans people.
Trans women. Trans men. Trans.
We're not okay with trans men.
Trans people. Trans people who don't. Trans causes. Trans folks doing trans women, trans folks, transgender, trans woman, trans women are women, trans women are women. Ain't nobody trying to talk about y'all that deeply. You guys just won't shut the fuck up, and you guys are in every news article, always trying to cancel folks. So of course, ain't nobody talking about Native Americans or indigenous folks the same way they're talking about you. No one's talking about the Maui people the same way they're talking about you. The reason why folks talk about y'all is because you guys put yourselves out there all the time and then constantly demanding change from everybody. Transgender, trans